All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in business with another King of the Hill Showdown. And as is the tradition on our King of the Hills, I'll be starting off the first game of today's stream. So welcome, guys. Hope you're all doing well. A little bit of a precursor to tomorrow, in which we'll be having the Eternal Challenger League. Quite excited for that. Got to turn off unit caps? No, we do not need unit caps. We do not need those. Banner rules. We're going to be using banner rules. It's going to be my greenskins against the counts. And I'm going to try out a greenskin build that I've had pretty good success with. Granted, I'm going to make some small tweaks because most people have seen the build I do use against vampires. So we got to change it up a little bit. Otherwise, he'll just be able to simply counter us as he pleases. Yes, welcome, guys. The Cursed Image is here. It's going to be a good time. Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe, all that sort of good stuff. And let's go ahead and see. What do we want to play against this guy? Adam is a very good player for sure. He, I think, played in my Eternal Challenger League last week and got to the top 4, I think. Could have sworn he did. And a lot of people actually thought he was Ark of the Black because of his really, really solid undead play. But he is not. He is just a very good player. So let us go ahead and pick a build here. So many choices indeed. So many choices indeed, my friends. I really want to bring a Rogue Idol. I really do want it. I'm hoping that he'll beat me in the first game, so I don't have to play too many games here. We'll see, though. We'll see what he can accomplish. I really hope he can, though. I really do. All right, so we get you guys in the back. That looks fine to me. And, of course, we need a caster. Pretty important in this matchup to have something that can kill Banshees. The double Banshee is extremely common and very, very strong, so you really got to make sure you bring some answers against that. Those bad ladies, they're quite nasty indeed. Hey, how's it going, King of the Dead? He lurks in the shadows awaiting on the list, preparing to try and repeat his run. King Ajazal, thank you for the donation, man. Really do appreciate that. And, man, every bone in my body wants to use the dreaded Rogue Idol, but I just know it's just, oh, it's so janky. It's just so bad. I mean, if I am trying to kind of, not throw the game, but, you know, get to that point where it's going to be more of a struggle. All right, that looks fine. Do we need you? I don't know if we do, to be honest. I mean, it does help. Yeah, it's fine. We'll get him. That's cool. That'd be a good time for all. And then last but not least, is there any way to save a little bit of money here? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, we don't have enough. This build doesn't have enough like defense. Character is very, very expensive. All right. So we got that going. That's fine. I know. Okay, if I can win this one, which I don't know how likely it'll be. I think I have a decent chance. I will. I'll try and do the Rogue Idol at some point. Yeah, Stone Trolls are pretty cool. In the Vampire matchup, they're not super necessary. Sounds good. I'm out fishing in Louisiana, and I've got something to watch while the fish don't bite. Hey, sashimi, I got you covered, dude. I got you covered. Fanatics are super fun. I mean, there's just so many cool things you can go with. The Swamp Things. I could bring the Swamp Things. Oh my god. The Swamp Things are just such a meme. I love it. It's so great. All right. We'll get you. We'll strip it down, get those. I think that's fine. And we'll get this. And I think now we're more or less ready. Oh, the chevrons are not going to do it. So let's get this game going. I think we have all our spells. Everything is set. Hey, we have a donation from Abba and Preach. Dude, thank you, man. Yeah, I checked out your channel a while back. A lot of people are mentioning that you had a channel. Very cool stuff, man. Have you ever played Dawn of War 2? Dawn of War 2 Warhammer. Yeah, there's a small but super competitive scene online, and the gameplay is still fun to watch. Abba, thank you so much, Abba and Preach, for the very generous donation. I have seen it. There's a channel that I actually used to watch quite a bit called Indridcasts, I think is what his channel is. So I have seen it. I've never played it myself. I kind of like was so ingrained in playing StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3 in that like time span when that game was coming out. So I never got around to really jumping into it. But yeah, I have seen it and I do enjoy watching it. It's just it'd be tricky to go back and hit it hard. Man, thank you so much. That is a very, very generous donation, my friend. That is very generous. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd cover it someday on the channel. It's just it'd be a big learning curve for me, which I'm not opposed to. But maybe once I get my hand fixed with my hand surgery and I can play more games without having to worry about, you know, my hand getting inflamed, I will consider doing that. Thank you so much, Abba and Preach. Yeah, that's a face swap. It's not actually me. You guys have seen the mullet. The mullet is here. And again, one last time, thank you so much, Abba and Preach. So we're loading into the first game of this King of the Hill. It's going to be my greenskins facing off against the dreaded vampire counts. It's a fun matchup. Fun matchup indeed. Oh. Okay, something just fell over in the backyard and I was just checking it out. Bobby, put your damned pants on. I know, well, it's funny because yeah, I'm actually just in my boxers and a t-shirt right now, but so not going to be in the camera today. Yeah, I know a lot of people play Evaniel. I know a lot of people do. So this is a greenskin build that's really strong, and I'd actually be really happy if he could beat it. I've had pretty good success against vampires with it. But if you can take it down, I'll be pretty impressed. It's quite a ferocious one. Hey, Zarko man, what's up, dude? All right, so let's go ahead and get this set up. I got the screen blocker down. So basically what you do is you just use Savage Orc Biggins, who are just like obscenely strong. They're able to deal with Graveguard lines, and then you have Grom the Paunch also. And the reason why you go with Grom might seem like a funny thing to bring a Chariot against vampires. It's because he's very tough to kill. And vampires are notorious, and especially in tournament play, for just trying to goon out your characters and whatnot, right? So trolls in the back are defending, so the trolls are on the defensive squad in the back with nasty skulkers to help break cab charges. And then we have a couple more Biggins on the flanks to intercept. And we do also have the Black Orc Big Boss here. And the Black Orc Big Boss gives immune to psychology to our trolls, which can be really strong and can honestly save you in the late game. And then we'll get the hag up here. Everything looks good. I think we're the only ones in here. I would just want to make sure. I noticed there's a little bit of lag. Yeah, no, it seems okay. Yeah, you know, Scarabite, that's actually a pretty decent kind of thing, yeah. Italian Spartacus's face on Turin's head looks like Topher Grace a little bit. Yeah, a little bit, actually. A little bit. I just kind of look like a character from Breaking Bad who would be like, you know. No, the screen blocker's down. I can see it. I actually have the second feed running right now, so I hopefully won't screw up with the screen blocker today. All right, let's see how this goes. I mean, the thing is, this build I've been using it a lot. It's very public. He might know it's coming and be able to counter it, but that's good. I want to see if he can. And I certainly hope he can, so I don't have to play more than one game. Yeah, so I went to my third and final physician. Basically, so I wanted to get 3 opinions. The first doctor, his opinion was basically completely wrong. The other 2 doctors did agree. So basically what is happening with my hand, I have severe flexor tendon tendonitis, that's chronic. I have carpal tunnel syndrome, and I have cubital tunnel syndrome. I have all 3. And yeah, so I'm going to get those fixed soon, hopefully. I'm literally, yeah, playing with those 3 things here. I don't know if he's AFK or if he's ready. We'll find out in a second. His army size is pretty normal, considering he probably has like zombies and things like that. So the way to beat this build I'm using, though, I think is with like a ton of Black Knights and just like cycle charging mobility. Yeah, going narrow against it doesn't work too well. Yeah, we'll see. And the Black Orc Big Boss in the back does have 1 item. He's got the Brass Cleaver, which does give 9 melee attack to nearby troops. He's a really good character for sure. I just brought him on foot just to save some money because otherwise I couldn't afford the nasty skulkers, and the smoke bomb is super useful against cycle charging. So that's that. Let's get this party started. He is ready. I would imagine there's going to be a ton of Black Knights. Yeah, basically. So you can see here, Black Knights, Black Knights. It's got Crypt Horrors, a Corpse Cart, a big flying lord up in the sky, a Lamian Vampire Lord. Ooh, that's pretty cool. And it looks like also a Corpse Cart here with a couple Graveguard. Honestly, it's a good build. Yeah, we're going to rotate out this way, though. Just so to make his cav have to take like a wider route. And we'll get Grom the Paunch and just go start running over some skeletons, see if he reacts to that. Crypt Horrors aren't too much of an issue. Not too concerned about those bad boys, but we'll see how it goes. You never know. The Lamian Lord cometh. Just got to like look around, look at the minimap. I'm just kind of getting my bearings here today, so. All right. So let's go ahead and rotate. We'll kind of slow up here. And we'll get Grom the Paunch going balls deep in some of those skeletons over there. And then the trolls are basically our anti-cav, so we need to get the trolls like up and ready to screen the Black Knights. He's going to fly. You can see he's like trying to juke some ammo here. I mean, I don't mind shooting a little bit. We'll just get a little something. Grom the Paunch can just go hunt down some of those skeletons in the meantime. Very good. We'll go here. He's going to drop some zombie summons, which is fine, it looks like. Not too concerned about that. Skulkers can come over here. Grom the Paunch is just getting some free kills on these skeletons, which is cool. I'm all about that life. We'll just go ahead and start beating on the zombies to generate the WA points. And now you guys can go ahead and set up and get ready to start shooting at the Crypt Horrors. So let's go ahead and get them all angled properly. Get these guys here, Skulkers here, and Bob can come over here as well. Very good. So the Crypt Horrors are coming in. Those will be our first target. They're pretty much fresh fish, free real estate, as they say. All right, so let's charge in there. Trolls are screening. Oh, man, I gotta make sure my second monitor doesn't like interfere here. And these archers can start shooting at the Cryptors as well. Good. Nice little breath attack from my opponent right there. So let's go ahead and drop some Fanatic Chain there. Charge here. Looks good. Grom the Paunch can come back in. He's not really needed over there anymore. So we do have some Witchcraft to use. I think probably just saving Spirit Leech, Buna type effects is going to be good. Yeah, and all the Cav are coming from this side, so we can just kind of rotate over there. Grom the Paunch can charge in. Help out here. AP Gloonies can go as well. And we can actually send some Trolls to beat down the troops there. Very good. So let's go after the Corpse Cart. I believe they're both just kind of like janky Corpse Carts. And it looks like he's coming in here with Blood Knights. So let's go ahead and get Bob over there. And yeah, we'll use a Fate of Buna on those Blood Knights, 100%. And get the Fate of Buna off, please. Thank you. Cool. Skulkers, let's go. Trolls, pull back. Grom the Paunch, pull back. Archers, archers. We can get you guys shooting into the Cryptors once again. We need to just finish off those horrors. They're going to be pretty good. All right, so Bob will give immune to Psych here, and we're also going to use this. And as the Blood Knights come in, we need to pop the Smoke Bomb at the right time, and ha-boom! So, did we get him? Oh, we missed it. That's too bad. I really thought we had that. All right, so we'll bring Grom the Paunch in here to help out, and we'll use Language of the Boys. Bob will give immune to Psychology to this whole unit here, which is good. And then we'll Buna those guys, and we can slow down. Yeah, we don't need to slow anything here. It's okay. Let's pull back. So those Cryptors are getting melted. We can pull you guys over here now, get them back into defensive formation. And yeah, Bob is holding well. The Blood Knights certainly aren't happy. We have a really good defensive pocket in the back against them, and we have some extra reinforcements we can now bring in. And we could Spirit Leech. We could do a number of things here, I guess. I mean, I think he's going to try and charge in here. I'm not sure. So we'll break their charge with the Mither right now, and then we'll go in and just try and run them down and get as much free value as we can. Archers, archers, archers. Those Cryptors are pretty much broken, so let's go ahead and reform ranks here. Get these Savage Orc Piggins going in. You and you. All right, very good. Should be fine. Trolls can take the charge a little bit. They certainly do their job. You can shoot the Corpse Cart here. You guys can shoot these guys. Should be able to win this engagement here. I do have Lucky Banner still, too. So just save up the Winds of Magic. This fight should be won in a period of time. Looks like he may go and try and goon the caster here. Shoot that Corpse Cart, although it's only 250 gold. It's really not getting. Yeah, let's go after these horrors. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Great, so those Blood Knights pretty much run down. Let's go ahead and reform ranks, get these Trolls back in business. Skulkers are here. I think we're in really good shape. It feels good. I feel like we're not in danger at the moment. So let's go ahead and get these Fanatics, go right down the pipe on those Sternsmen right there. He's going after my Lord, which is fine. Trolls are coming back in, so let's go ahead and reform ranks. We'll get Grom the Paunch over here to help out, and the Hag can Spirit Leech the big Dragon Beastie. You guys go here, Skulkers can go here, pop the wall. And good, we can start shooting the Lamian Lord now. I should be fine. Yeah, we need some bodies there to kind of screen out. Let's get the Trolls kind of pounding in there too. Okay, we're pulling slightly ahead on the bounce, which is good. We've dragged down a couple Blood Knights here. We can reform our Archer lines, just like so. The Lamian Lord definitely taking a bit of work, and we have the Hag here as well with the Blasting Scroll, which we'll use on the Lord when the time does come. Smoke Bomb with the Blood Knights. We did catch them, good. I don't know if he saw that coming there, which is solid. Bob is still grinding it out against some Graveguard. He should be able to win those fights. And let's get the big old Hag back here to see if she can help. We need to kind of fan back our Archer lines a little bit. One of them can actually crossfire here. All right, let's pull back. Let's pull back. We're getting a little bit overzealous here. Grom the Paunch, come finish off some Graveguard. Skulkers pull back as well. Savage Orc Biggins. Yeah, he broke that position, but I think we're wearing him down pretty good here. Those Cryptors should go in a matter of seconds. And then from there, our Archer line is going to be really, really, online here. All right, let's charge in. It's going to get some Trolls. Unfortunately, nothing I can really do about that. And the Hag, how's she doing? She's beaten with her giant sack of meat, which is good. Graveguard are slowly getting worn down, but now our Archers are back online. How's Grom doing? Do we have a Smoke Bomb online? We do not. Okay, let's finish those Graveguard. Save the Spirit Leeches to kill the Lamian Lord. Although, honestly, getting the Blood Knights might be better, I feel. Yeah, let's get some of you guys in here. These are the Sternsmen. Sternsmen are kind of a power unit. See if we can wear them down. Great, so those Graveguards should be broken. I mean, it's only a matter of time. We need to get Grom the Paunch back, play a little bit more defensively. It's a close game. He's got stuff coming from every direction, He could still win this. Let's shoot the Blood Knights. Blood Knights, they do have the banner, though. That makes them very, very tough to kill. What are these, Graveguard back here? Yeah, so the Trolls and company should be able to finish off these Graveguard. Let's see. Bob can go after those. Actually, we can get the Savage Orcs to finish them off. Get the Paunch over here to help finish off some of the zombies. Those Blood Knights are going to charge pretty hard into my Archers, though, which is a bit of a problem. All right, those guys are broken down. He still does have a couple Corpse Carts. Let's go ahead and pull back this way. Do we have any Trolls? We do have some Trolls. We do have a Mither as well, so we could slow down these guys when they come in here. All right, let's slow them down. Shoot these ones. Get in there. Let's get Grom the Paunch in there with his banner as well. And these Savage Orcs can go fight the Graveguard back here. It's not going to be pretty, but we'll do it. Alright, great. Nice breath attack. Bob will keep them immune to Psychology, which should be pretty good. Grom the Paunch can give Language of the Boys to make them quite angry, and we'll pop the Lucky Banner just to get the combat stats. Blood Knights got wrecked pretty good. Savage Orcs in the back. You know, even though they are archers, Savage Orc archers aren't slouches. And the Blood Knights, I don't know. Yeah, the Invocation isn't going to save them, that's for sure. There's a zombie summon here. Trolls are inspired by an ability, which is good. Yeah, we could pull you over here to help out against these Stearnsmen. That'd be nice. Bob, I need you to finish these guys. Grom the Paunch, let's have you come work on these Graveguard as well. I was able to get the Blood Knights back. Man, those invos doing some serious work. Let's finish him off. He's going for the hag. I know he wants it. I see him eyeing it. He's got his eye on the prize. Nice zombie summon right there. That was really good. Alright, Bob, finished off those guys, which is great. Let's pull them in. Bob can go after these guys now, pull you guys away, and let's get all of our dudes and just go. Make sure the Blood Knights don't go too crazy. Grom can chase them. We also have to remember there's still a Lamian Vampire Lord up in the sky, which is really actually quite concerning. We'll have enough for another Spirit Leech soon. Alright, so we're charging in. Bob is going to give immune to Psychology, so there's not going to be any terror routes. And it looks like he's going for the fight, which he might actually win it. Let's see. We do have a Blasting Scroll. Ooh, he got the hag. That's really bad for us. That might have cost me the game. We'll see. It depends. If he can get the hag here, I think he might be able to win. So Grom is just continuing to chase Blood Knights down. You guys can come back. The hag is safe and sound. Let's go ahead and get her doing her thing here. We do have another Spirit Leech. I really need to finish off these Blood Knights. They're just causing so many problems. Bob! Bob! Let's fall back to these Savage Orc Biggins. Come on, Grom. Chase him down. So he's got a couple corpse carts. Let's see if we can charge in and just like end them with kind of a brutish charge right there. Okay, only a couple left here. We could use a Blasting Scroll. Let's go ahead and pop it on this guy up in the sky here. The Blood Knights should be crumbling now. They should be. Yeah, there we go. There's like 2 left. Scepter of Instability giving them a little bit of a punch there. What kind of Graveguard? Yeah, we have 61 Graveguard. You go here. You guys come in here. Let's back you guys off and get the Savage Orcs getting in there, grinding it out. Savage Orcs can do their thing. Alright, so archers are back. Let's go ahead and shoot here if we can, and we can shoot the Blood Knights. And I don't have another Mither, so he's going to try and goon my my dude here. I have Language of the Boys, though. This will be really good. Give some good leadership to her. Keep her fighting. Keep her going strong. And get the Savage Orcs going into the Blood Knights here. We just need to kill the Blood Knights. That's like the most important thing. Those archers, oh, they broke. Damn it. That's not good. Okay, finish those Blood Knights off. River Troll Hag, just run around and regenerate. Do your thing. That's what we want. Ooh, she's taking a bit of work. I mean, as long as she doesn't shatter, that's okay. 11 left. Oh, she got knocked over. That's actually really good for us. Okay, pull these archers back if we can. Hag, no! Bad Hag. She's very beat up. We didn't get to use the Blasting Scroll either. That's a shame. Alright, let's pull these archers back, see if we can get them online. Oh, perfect. We get some archers back in here, which is great. We'll start shooting at the Stearnsmen. Grom the Paunch will be tough to kill. He will. We need to kill those Blood Knights, so if we can. Did the Fanatics hit themselves? Of course they did. That's the nature of the beast. Come on, archers. Come back. Come back. Come on, how many do we have left? Okay, he's going after the archers. We could just kind of kite back with them. What do we even want to shoot? I mean, they're mainly zombie summons. I guess just shoot the Stearnsmen. We have to hope that Grom and Bob can win the fight, you know? Yeah, okay, so there's 9 Blood Knights here. They're gonna finish off my River Troll Hag. She's most likely gonna shatter here. But Grom needs to try and peel off these guys if he can. He's got 2 groups of Stearnsmen. The Lamian Vampire Lord is no joke either. That thing is terrifying. Yeah, Grom is not going to be able to catch those guys. Those Blood Knights. So I'm pretty sure that she's a goner. We'll see. We'll try and catch. These guys have come back, which is good. Start shooting into the Stearnsmen here. Try and finish them off. Bob can maybe just start working on the Graveguard. Yeah, let's see how many Blood Knights we can peel. The poor Hag just getting bounced around. Yeah. Alright, maybe we can save the Hag. There's a chance. Grom's pretty decent in combat. He's not killing any of them, though. Even though he's a chariot, he's like decent against such characters. Yeah, Bob's having some problems. The Blood Knights are pretty close to crumbling. I guess we could just let them crumble a little bit. Come over and work on the Graveguard while the archers are being chased. This is a really good game. I gotta cast this one separately. Alright, go Graveguard! Go! Bob, pull back. Archers, we need to run away to like lure the Blood Dragon Lord away and let Grom and company do their thing here. Yeah, maybe we can kill the Grave Guard. I don't know. It's going to be tricky. They're critical binding, but they're hard. They're so freaking hard to kill, the Stearnsmen. Yes, we need to just kite back. Hopefully they'll maintain their leadership for a little bit longer. Just so we can try and win this fight. And then hopefully Bob and, you know, Grom can do their thing. Alright, so... These Graveguard are crumbling. Negative 38 leadership, and they're still not going quite yet. And these Graveguard, the Stearnsmen, are the ones we need to focus. Grom versus a Lamian Vampire Lord. Sounds like a big mismatch, if you ask me. Okay, they're crumbling. Stearnsmen are crumbling. Archers are back. Alright. Oh my god, how many are left? Looks like 10 guys here. Oh my god. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, this is it. Bob! Grom the Paunch is gonna do his duel here. I guess Bob will fight too. Bob's shaken, and he's certainly not in the best shape here. And let's see if Grom can finish off the Lamian Lord. One sec, guys. I don't know, Grom might be able to pull this off. He's a pretty insane duelist. I think this is a terror route? No, it's not. Okay, we need to get the rear charge in there. We do have the Lucky Banner, which we're saving for the Duel of Duels. Oh, is he going to let Bob come back? Come on. Oh, yes. We'll pop the Lucky Banner. Grom will go in for the duel. Oh my god. Grom, are you going to get it, Grom? We do have the archers, too. Grom has the Lucky Banner. He's going to be really tough to snipe. I don't know, maybe. I mean, stranger things have happened. This thing's really beat up, and Grom does heal. Yeah, 2,400 on the Lamian Vampire Lord. And now we have Archer Fire coming in, too? We need to make sure the archers are shooting the Lamian Lord. 2,300. Archer Fire is kind of peppering in there, but it seems to be hitting the wrong target. Language of the boys. I'm pretty good on leadership, but we might as well pop it. It does give us some pretty good stats. The Lucky Banner. So technically in tournament rules, he wouldn't be allowed to run away right now. He'd have to stay and fight, as would I. Well, no, I have archers actually, so I could run away, but I'm not going to. Grom the Paunch is here to stay. I don't know if we'll get to another Lucky Banner. I mean, that is a frickin' dragon, you know? Come on, shoot! Shoot! So this is literally just mostly RNG here. Like what this comes down to. We just have to make sure we're hitting the right target and not like beating on a corpse guard. Oh god! Come on, God! Come on, Grom! No, Grom! Why are you breaking? You're so healthy! GG. Oh my god, that was so much fun! So, yeah, I maybe could have pulled back there, but it wouldn't have made a difference. He would have just been able to chase me. Bob! So he just did us a glorious service and saved my hand from having to play more than one game today. So thank you, Adam Shadow. All right. So let's go ahead and rehost the lobby. Yeah, he did a good job, for sure. Keeping his Blood Knights alive in the late game was like super clutch. GG, bro. It was great. So I will rehost. From Vaft Thrundir Alden. Never too early for an early birthday present. Thanks for putting up, starting our Friday streams right with a stream. Keep up your great content. Sorry, my brain's just not working. I'm just getting my bearings. The Blasting Scroll does like direct free damage. Yeah, it's really good. But Bob was a hero of the people, guys. Always remember Bob. All right, so turn, King of the Hill, looks good. It was. I got a little laxed in the late game. That was definitely something that happened there. All right. 1 second here. So let me go ahead and tag. So Contende. All right. So Adam and Contende, you guys need to join up now. I thought Grom might actually be able to do it. Yeah, using the scroll for sure, but I was saving it for like you need good line of sight. Like if you're like obstructed by infantry or anything else like that, you can have some problems for sure. Yeah, All right, so one sec. So Adam is back. Let me make sure that Contende can see the stream. So let's update the scorecard at the top. Thank you, Adam, for making sure I don't have to play more games. I'm just going to put Adam for short. All right, cool. And now I'll message him. If you guys are on the King of the Hill list, please do be ready to jump in the game as soon as it's up. Yeah, the Blood Knights were really strong. Ah, man, I had him so close to death. I should have finished him off. I just kind of thought they were going to crumble, but they didn't. One sec, guys. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right. Adam, you pick 3. It was. Adam, you pick 3, and then your opponent bans 1. And picks, and then you pick from the remaining 2. So, yeah, sorry for missing those donations. Again, let me read those a little bit better. Man, brain, turn on, come on. So we had Abba and Preach with the 99, Jeremy Malone with the 1999 during that game. Longtime viewer, but I'm finally financially stable enough after college to give back. Keep up the great content. Jeremy Malone, thank you so much, dude. Hopefully you enjoyed that last game, because I certainly did. That was a lot of fun. And Vaf Thrundir Alden, never too early for an birthday present. Thank you for starting off Friday. Friday's off right with the stream. Keep up the great content. Not my birthday. Hashtag not my birthday. It is not my birthday, but thank you so much. Really do appreciate that fat donation there, Mr. Alden. Thank you. And then Nate Garrett. Didn't realize it was your birthday. Thanks for sacrificing it to entertain us. It is not my birthday, Nate Garrett, but thank you. It's a running gag here on the channel to just wish me happy birthday nonstop. But yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate that. All right, so we'll do Iron Sand Desert. Map set. Map is set indeed. It's not actually my birthday, guys. Don't worry. My birthday is July 12th, which is, yeah, it's a month from today, actually. I'll be turning the big 3-2. Life will be good. And tomorrow we have the Eternal Challenger League, so we'll be having our big tournament stream tomorrow. So this is kind of like a warm-up to that. So if you want to sign up for King of the Hills, if we have a mod in chat who could link to my multiplayer Discord, that's where you sign up. It's first come, first serve, so it's a little bit tricky. But, you know, if you're around enough, you'll eventually get in one. And I'm trying to think of a system. I kind of like to do King of the Hill spontaneous, you know, just casual. So I don't have to, like, plan too much for it. I could just jump on and do it. But, yeah. I know. The pain in my voice. Oh, no. No pain. All's good. Lamian Vampire Lord's really good. Yeah, she has some nice debuffs. And, yeah, it's a decent character for sure. I actually thought Grom might have won that battle. That would have been crazy. Lich109, thank you for the fiber. Happy unbirthday to me. Thank you, man. You got it right. I do appreciate that. And Sashimi Nissan. Hey, my stream brought you a fish. Wish I could give more. Dude, please don't stress it. Thank you so much. You're going to turn it into some sashimi? Yeah. Thank you, guys. All right. Contende wants me to check their army. Yep. All good. Army looks golden to me, brother. You go ahead and fire this game up. Let me go ahead and get a screen blocker since I had to look at your army. And then we'll get this game going here. Romulan Dog in chat saying, well, it was Falcon's birthday and my birthday about a week ago, so happy birthday. Hey, happy birthday to you, Romulan. How you doing, man? Life treating you well? Out in the East? So, yes, when are Sotek and I going to finish our Empire vs. Counts campaign? Soon, whenever he's free. He was busy yesterday and today, so that's why I'm doing this. We were going to potentially stream it today, but he's pretty busy, so just waiting on him. Yes. Good, Anakin, good. So Adam is here, which is solid, because now, I mean, I can't play more than 4 or 5 games usually without suffering, so this is great. It's the ideal outcome. I should have just gone with the Rogue Idol for the meme, so I should have done it for you guys. All right. Preparing the mighty faction war as well. All right, all set. Yeah, Skarsnik's, you know, I'm starting to think maybe, yeah, I don't know. I think people are adjusting to that build. Like, I think the build that Aerocrastic gave me. So Aerocrastic came up with that greenskin build. I obviously didn't play perfectly, but I think people are starting to adapt to it because they've been seeing it in tournaments on my channel. Probably have to change it up. Maybe go with like Skarsnik with a little bit of monster support, like a giant. I think that could be really strong. Yeah. Boojalicious. Thank you for what you do, Arrow and Falcon do for the community. Yeah, thank you, man. We try our best. We're going hard. Holy shit, you guys are going crazy today. And then we have one from James Pack. He made Total War the best part of quarantine. Yeah, man. Together we did. All these glorious players in our tournaments. Yeah. Man, thank you. Thank you guys all for your donations. It does mean a lot. James, Boojalicious Sashimi. Romulan Dog says, yes, beautiful weather. Pool is fine. Garden is green. Archery in session. Dude, that sounds like fun. Hot damn, man. Hot damn. Oh, Adam, I'm sure you're fine. Yeah. Yeah, it was really funny. So, you know, Ark in the Black is a player who plays only undead, and he plays on a lot of tournaments. And he has smurfed in a lot of tournaments before. So he plays under a different name so people don't know it's him. So in our last Eternal Challenger League, let me go ahead and check. We had Adam, I believe. Let me pull it up here. That one's coming up. Number 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Adam got really far. Was that in one of these? Or no, maybe that was in... I'm trying to remember when that happened. Maybe it was on a King of the Hill, and he was playing so good and just stomping people, so a lot of people thought it was him. But no, he's just actually a really good undead player. All right. Perfect. They're all set. That'll do, pig. That'll do. That's pretty awesome, Romulan. Yeah. Lady Turin wants to live in a place like that. Perhaps someday. All right, so it's Adam versus the mighty Bretonnian Lord. The Bretonnian build looks pretty good. Certainly micro-intensive, as Bretonnia usually is. A faction that requires a ton of effort to play, but if you can pull it off, playing Bretonnia is... hands down, one of the most rewarding factions. Really enjoy playing some Bretonnia. Mr. Cat, happy birthday, Turin. So now we have Mr. Pig and Mr. Cat in chat. That's great. May Sigmar bless you. Yeah. Sigmar bless indeed. One sec, guys. Just got to minimize and change something. I forgot to put on the application that keeps my mouse from bouncing over to my second screen while I'm playing. Not that it matters anymore, but... cool. Very good. So we're all set now. Checking one last thing. Player should be good to go here in a second. All right. So yeah, we're loading in. It's going to be Bretonnia versus Vampire Coast, which is actually one I think, yeah, Bretonnia has some teeth in. I think it favors Vampire Coast pretty heavily, but I do think that it's doable. I think Bretonnia, maybe like a 60-40. Yeah. Oh yes, we got to get rid of the blocker. Don't worry, guys. We have to keep you on your toes. I was checking some other things, so I hadn't gotten to it yet. The screen blocker hurts you. I don't know why. I think we know why. Cool. All right, so for the Bretonnian armies, let's take a look. He's got the peasant mobs in the secondary line. He does have spearmen at arms with battle pilgrims. Pilgrims very, very good in this matchup. In the back, more men at arms, a bunch of knights. Fey Enchantress with double paladin is always very strong. Paladins are incredible at chasing down Count Noctiluss and actually at killing Morgul Haunters. So that's quite good. On top of that, he does have Knights Errant and 2 Questing Knights to kill crabs. Yeah, it's a really well thought out build. Peasant Archers as well. I honestly feel like I would bring a very similar build if I was in his situation. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes indeed. And now for the forces of the Vampire Coast. It's good as well. I mean, he's got triple mortar to counter mass archer play. Granted, it might be a bit of an overinvestment since there's only 3 peasant archers, but those peasant archers will most certainly be obliterated. On top of that, deckhand mobs, polearms in the back, a bunch of fellbats to chase down archers as well. Count Noctiluss and a Morgul Haunter. It's quite a solid build, actually. I do like it quite a bit. And yeah, we will see how it goes. I look like Bert Kreischer. Yeah, that's pretty funny, yeah. A little bit, actually, with that picture. Yeah, no face cam today. I just don't feel like... I don't feel like putting on pants. I'm sorry. No. Yeah, Noctiluss is very good against Bretonnia. He can really pound the Bretonnian Knights pretty hard. But honestly, though, I think this Bretonnian build has all the answers it needs to win. Both players very capable, even builds, which is always a good sign. Fellbats will be very useful for chasing off peasant archers once the mortars break them. That's the reason why you bring Fellbats, basically. just to chase off the little, peasant boys when they run. Yeah. Are you guys talking about a pinup calendar? What is happening in chat now? Lady Turn's getting out of control. Oh, man. I always thought it'd be really funny to get a Total War content creator, like, calendar. Like, message a bunch of other creators, and each of them takes a month, and then we, like, can send it to you guys. That'd be so funny. Yeah, I don't know. That would be really, really funny. Yeah, the thing is, though, if I step away from the PC, Alex, and, like, yeah, like, I can't leave without you guys, like, Yeah. So the archers are here. Peasant bowmen, ready to act. I think they're just regular arrows. Yeah, they're not going to be fire arrows. Start when ready. I think both players are ready. I don't know if they're waiting on me or something, but the screen blocker isn't up. Can't be that. Yeah, I did, Romulan. I did. I looked at that, and then a couple days later, I saw my doctor who basically, acknowledged that I have a ton of issues that really can't be fixed by that type of stuff. I mean, maybe. Because I have really chronic, apparently, carpal, cubital, and then a wrist flexor tendonitis. Yeah. You'll pay shiny coins for that calendar? Yeah, it'd be pretty fun. Like, to get pictures of all the creators, and I don't know, we could, like, Photoshop them as their favorite characters or something. Not a pinup. A pinup is a totally different thing. An angry Forza lady dropped by Contende. Now he's going to be surging forward. Peasant archers are going to be mortared down very quickly, but Battle Pilgrims should be able to do some work as long as he can get them in before... I would probably put the Pilgrims a little bit closer to the front line here, but at the very least, the mortars are using their valuable shots here to take out the peasant mobs, and the peasant mobs certainly will take it like champs. Inspired by the presence of the Fey Enchantress nearby, these peasants happily take cannonballs to the face, which is totally cool. Totally cool indeed. So now the Fellbats cometh. The Bretonnian Knights are going to be circling around the flanks. Honestly, though, I think using the Knights in the front to run down the frontline infantry would be the best bet. But by going around the flanks, you kind of play into the halberd play, because like now, you have to get past the halberds. If you just go right through the front, you can break through the front and then pull back and around once the halberds are forced forward here. So peasant archers are going to be woefully undefended back here. There are 4 of them, and they are doing some damage, but I mean, I would imagine that Adam is just going to swarm them with Fellbats here in a second. Maybe Fey Enchantress and the Paladins could swoop back there and try and clean up. Yeah, so I think Contende wants to get his knights back here and use them to frontal charge. And then when the halberds move forward to intercept them, you pull them back out and back around. And that's how you really prosper. So we'll see how that goes. Now in the back, peasant archers are being swarmed already, as is expected here. Fey Enchantress and the Paladins are going to be trying to rescue with some men-at-arms, but probably not going to be able to keep tempo here. Peasant bowmen have a very, very poor leadership. And even with the Fey Enchantress and the Paladin coming back here, it's not going to save them. But, each Fellbat is worth about as much as the peasant bowman in terms of the overall balance of power. So, if you can go 4 for 4 and trade 4 Fellbats for 4 peasant archers, the bats will still come out ahead. I think they're like 350 compared to, or 375 compared to 400, but yeah, so far a very rough situation. You certainly got to make sure to try and defend those bad boys. And you can see here the questing knights have just been getting pounded horribly by the big old Noctilus boy. And now I think they're going to be taking a charge in here into the Lamprey's Revenge, who will easily eat them for dinner. I mean, they'll take a little bit of damage. I mean, even a couple questing knights actually does a ton of damage, but again, Contende really needs to use his knights to push in the front. Just go right up the pipe here. So here comes the mortar shots shooting into the archers in the back. Some of the bats are crumbling down. Fey Enchantress and the Paladins, I think, realizing that they're very needed here in the front. Battle Pilgrims will make very quick work of the zombies. Maybe not the Tide of Skjold. Tide of Skjold are pretty tanky lads. It's going to take some time to break them down. And yeah, here comes the summit of deckhand mobs in the back. Some of the knights aren't charging in, but this is the thing. Like, using the knights in the back pressure isn't going to be terribly effective. There's just way, way too many polearms back here in Lamprey's Revenge, and a slowing aura here from Adam Shadow and his Morngul Hunter. So it's going to be tricky. We'll see how it goes. So here you can see the knights errant are broken down, and we have a donation from Lou Mum Yosli. Sorry, I got that wrong. Lou, we'll just say Lou for now. Still better than Netflix. Thank you so much for your very generous donation, and that is quite the compliment, my friend. Now, this is actually really good, though. Even though the knights are in a bit of a precarious situation, they have been able to crumble down this mortar team here. And the other one is going down as well. So, I mean, both mortars probably going to be falling here. I mean, negative 22. Chalice of Potions going down to the third mortar. All right, Contende is coming back. Making some good plays to scrap his way back in this game here. The entire Vampire Coast front line should start to falter here. And even just as one group of brave peasant archers might be able to finish off the mortar teams, we'll see. And now it looks like a Melkos is going to be used here by Count Noctilus to try and wear down those questing knights who are trying to retreat at the moment. We have a group of questing knights who should 100% charge this mortar team. If they do, that's going to be some really, really solid play. Yeah, Contende needs to get these guys. He needs to charge in. He needs to take out those mortars, or else he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Yeah, man, it's painful, but it's so easy to make this mistake, right? Bretonnia is such a micro-intensive faction that if you, like, there's so much going on. Rallying troops, cav units, archers, like cheap infantry who break super easily, but he does see it. And Contende is going to be able to shut down that mortar team, and it looks like the other one probably will crumble to dust as well. So 2 mortars are offline. Granted, you know, the peasant archers, I guess there still are some shooting. It looks like there might be 2 coming back here. The questing knights should pull back now. They want to go back and around and back on top of this other... Oh, that's actually a carronade. Okay, so it's double mortar and carronade, which is pretty good. And it looks like the archers should be able to finish off this this one right here. And honestly, Balance of Power is pulling back for the noble sons and daughters of Bretonnia, as the back line here is getting a little bit kind of compromised. And there's still a vermintide of Bretonnian infantry everywhere. There's so many of them. Man. This map is called the Iron Sand Desert. It's a very good map. It was launched with the beginning of Warhammer 2. So yeah, good stuff indeed. So the Bretonnian Knights, the brave questing knights, though very beat up and tattered, are able to come in and finish off the carronade. And now my big concern here for the Vampire Coast is all they really have left are a bunch of chaff infantry. And I suppose they have Lamprey's Revenge. The Fellbats should be able to chase down the remnants of the archers. Although if he uses these Knights Errant, he could potentially save his last archers here, which would be a huge, huge play. I don't think he wants to let those go quietly into the night. The other misplay that could lose Contende the game, even though I think he is kind of ahead right now, if he lets the Paladins get isolated by the Crabs and the Morngul Haunter and he loses a Paladin. I think right now, you pull your Paladins back, you play very conservative, pull them back behind your lines, and then from there you can really prosper. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes indeed. The Charm Shield being used on these characters to give them some ward save, but they are stuck amongst halberds here, which is very inefficient. Granted, Faye Enchantress is draining these units, or she should be. She's in combat. Did he cut Miss of the Lady? No, he didn't. Yeah, we have the Holy Wardens here, and it looks like the halberds have kind of moved away. Yeah, I honestly feel like Bretonnia is in pretty good shape. As long as they don't make any huge misplays and lose those Paladins for kind of a silly reason, he should be fine. Yeah, just Mortis Engine down, keep the Paladins behind the Holy Wardens, play a very defensive game, you know, and just kill all the Vampire Coast chaff, and from there he should be okay. Granted, he's going pretty hard for Noctiles, and it seems to be paying off. Granted, a little bit risky. Wraithstorm coming down, and there is a bunch of halberd support here, and they are on horseback, so these bad boys can take some serious damage, although it looks like an Earthblood is going to be coming in, which will be very cost-effective here. And the Morngul Haunter actually knocks them away from the Wraithstorm, it looks like, which is pretty funny. These halberds are getting worn down. Fae Enchantress is still mostly healthy, but the Paladins are in a very precarious situation, and like I said, this is pretty much the only way I think, like, even though the balance looks even, I still feel like Bretonnia is in a very commanding position here, but the only way they can lose this game is if they let their Paladins die to this halberd blob. Like, they have all the answers here. I think Contende is certainly in a good position. But again, if the Paladins die, he's going to lose the game. He probably won't have enough stopping power to kill Lamprey's Revenge and Noctiles without those bad boys. So we'll see how he plays. If he's aware, though, he can pull this Paladin back. It looks like Deadly Onslaught is active. The Paladin is dueling the Morngul Haunter, and it looks like a Chalice of Potions is going to be going down from Fae Enchantress, which is incredibly solid. That's going to nuke all these halberds. Really, really good play there. But yeah, one Paladin's going down here. It's actually Terrified, which is actually, I suppose, good for him because it'll run away. Chalice of Potions nuking those halberds there. Incredibly good stuff. And now the Paladin is terrified. He's broken. Lamprey's Revenge are here, but if they can't kill him, he'll be able to get away and maybe come back for like a regrowth or something in the fourth quarter. Fae Enchantress's Drain is still going down. I don't know if it's hitting these halberds here. It does not look like it. As a matter of fact, it looks like they're actually healing. One Paladin's broken. A huge misplay here from Contende. I mean, he had this game in the bag, and now it's going to be very, very close, especially if this other Paladin breaks. But Bretonnia has so much stuff. That's the thing. Like, maybe just with the Vermintide of Bretonnian infantry, they might be able to carry this. Some of the Knights are charging it as well, which will give it a little bit of buffering. Yeah, just move in the Battle Pilgrims, play safe with your Knights, and yeah, he's playing a really, really good game with these brave Bretonnians. Aside from the Paladin misplay here. So -1 leadership, 5 leadership. It looks like the Paladin may be able to stabilize, and he's broken, which is good for him, because at least it'll run away and he can bring it back and heal it, instead of letting it die in the pits here. And now come the Spears. The Holy Wardens must have a ton of kills, 244 kills. Morngul Haunter's chasing, but the Paladin should be faster. Not with the slowing aura, but I suppose he wants to attack something else. Yeah, and chasing the Paladin off the edge of the map probably wouldn't be worth his time. So here comes the Rotting Prometheans. Now, they are weak to fire damage, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they are. The Holy Wardens do, of course, do fire damage, low AP values, but the extra 22% or so weakness to fire will be quite helpful. Morngul Haunter is going to be quite a pain. Noctiles is about out of ammo, and the Paladin has come back in, getting blasted, but does the Fae Enchantress have a regrowth? If she does, that's 100% the play. Looks like there's going to be some Witchcraft going down here. Is that going to be a regrowth or an Earthblood? Maybe an Earthblood, it looks like. It's hard to say. No, that's actually a Wraithstorm. Yeah, I don't know what the Winds of Magic situation looks like. Paladin going in pretty hard, but he's just getting blasted by Noctiles on the approach. And now the Paladin's going to be pulling back once again, but he should come back one more time before he shatters. Now we have some Peasant Archers back as well. Looks like just one group. I think all the Fellbats are gone now, so what you see is what you get. Yeah, it's a tough matchup for Bretonnia. He's playing quite well. Paladin is broken, 153. Does the Enchantress have enough healing to potentially get him back in the game? It looks like the Goon Squad here for the Vampire Coast is going to be descending on the ranks of Bretonnia, but the Holy Wardens will hold for some time. They do have Frenzy, but their leadership is below 50%, so they're currently not immune to Psychology. Enchantress getting some good drains. Bretonnia probably out of this game at this point. I think the misplays with the Paladins, like he should have just pulled them back and used them defensively, and then grind through the Halberd support and then use them to isolate the monsters. I really did think Bretonnia actually had a chance this game, and yeah, a couple little things there, but he played really well other than that. So the Holy Wardens here are going to get the favor of the Fae and keep fighting to the end. Looks like we have some brave Spearmen at arms coming in with their anti-large. Some decent poke against the crabs and the Haunter, but they're going to probably tear Rod off really quickly. Their leadership is so poor. Yeah, 3 right now. They're literally like teetering on 3 and 4 leadership as they fight here. Fae Enchanter is still draining. Zombies are getting worn down. We have some Men-at-Arms coming back in. Bretonnia has more peasants, more spears coming back. It looks like the Paladin is most likely going to break off the edge of the map. He's taking quite a pounding, so yeah, I think the Bretonians have lost this. I would agree with you, because Fae Enchantress can't solo this much. I mean, maybe. There's a glimmer of hope if Fae can get away from Noctilus and then drain down all the Halberds and then maybe win a grindy fight with the Spearmen. It's a very, very slim chance, though. Very, very slim, if at all. I don't know what the other situation is with the rest of the troops, either. Yeah, those guys are all breaking off. Man, very close games today. Both the games we've had in the beginning have been very close. But yeah, Bretonnia, I think, had that, and then they threw it with the Paladins, leaving them in that blob. But, because you just clear out all the chaff, and then the Paladins can kill so many of those things if they're supported by infantry. But just being stuck amongst halberds for 3 or 4 minutes is enough to really wreck you. All right, so Adam has 2 wins now. And next we have Willow. So Willow, you're up. So I'm going to go to the King of the Hill stream. All right. Very cool. I'm just checking to make sure that everyone's still good. Shivering Death 1! Make sure that you all wish Turin a happy birthday. Wow, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Dude, if being my birthday every day means I get these dank donations, I will happily take it. Thank you so much, Shivering Death 1. I do appreciate it. Though my birthday is July 12th. Are you guys just going to have a huge conspiracy? Like that it's not my birthday when it actually is? Hey, Rusidamos, no stress, man. Thanks for joining. All right, perfect. So we got Willow. We can do... Oh my god, we could do some funny maps. I don't want to do a bad map, though. I want good maps today. We'll do Blue Reach River map set. So Adam picks Vampire Pirates, Coast, and Pirates, Counts, and then High Elves for his 3 factions. The map is set. We're going to do Blue Reach River. I know, it's always my birthday. Hold on, I'm just updating the King of the Hill list. All right. Ice Power said I was looking at my phone all night just to play in this, and then he looks away for 5 minutes and the list fills up. Oh, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know. I guess I could start doing signups for this. I like it to just be casual, though, because then I don't, there's no stress for me. I actually get pretty bad anxiety when it comes to, not bad, but if I know I have to do a big stream or something, I think about it all night. And, yeah. Well, don't worry, guys. We have the ECL tomorrow, the Eternal Challenger League, so everyone can play in that. It's open to all. So currently, I think we have 50 people signed up. So we got Lizards versus Vampires. This will be fun. Currently, Adam's on a 2-0 run. Very, very solid play from him. And we'll see what he can do here in this next game. Yeah. Hey, Lou, thank you for the tenor, man. Happy birthday. I see the donation appear, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're going to have to say. And, of course, it's the happy birthday. I may have missed something on Streamlabs, too. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Thank you so much, man. Lou! Lou coming in with the steel chair. Yeah, we're all good, my friends. We are all good. I know. It's not Arkan or Stidamos. It's not. Yeah. It is not. At least to my knowledge. I don't know. Maybe that can be a running conspiracy theory. We'll see. We will see indeed. I mean, Soothsayer said it wasn't him. So, I'm fairly sure, but he plays just about as good as him. King will be back. Yeah, he's on the list today. King is towards the end, but I mean, he can play until he loses, so he'll get to battle a lot of people. Yeah. The next 2v2 tourney? Maybe next week. Yeah, I'm not really sure. So Adam versus Willow, Lizardman versus Vampire Counts. Should be quite exciting to see how this goes. If some of the mods here could drop a link to my Discord, there's a couple people asking. That'd be greatly appreciated. And Griffin Klauser with a donation saying, when every day is your birthday, you know you're a boss. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Griffin. Quite an apt statement, to say the least. Autogen tourney? Yeah, those are fun, aren't they? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the Autogen armies are oftentimes like everyone was just playing Knights of Caledor. No, Adam, I know you're not an imposter. He says he has his own YouTube channel. Do you? Let's see. You're a very good player, though, Adam, for sure. All right. Yeah, I see Adam's YouTube channel. It's pretty legit. All right, and we're here. So we got Willow versus Adam. Adam taking me out in the first game. Going strong into the next game. A very tight game with Bretonnia. Well played to his opponent there as well. Kimsey, we moved the scorecards to the left so you guys can see the mini-maps. Because otherwise, if it's in the top right, the score blocks the mini-maps. And here it only blocks like the chat, which is just between me and the players to coordinate. So, yeah. Yeah, King of the Dead is almost always like in the first 3 to sign up, but he was a little bit slower today. No, I haven't tried Sotek's Eltharian Blitz. Yeah. Griffin, thank you so much for the donation again. In your opinion, most OP multiplayer unit? Oh, man. You know, a while back I would have said like Scourge Hunters or Giselles, but the metagame has shifted so much, so I don't think either of them are like super OP anymore. I don't know, man. Oh, God. I don't know, dude. I can't answer that. I simply don't know. What is... Way Watchers? But like, what else need them? You know? Like, otherwise, like, yeah, Way Watchers are pretty obnoxious, for sure. Yeah. Wilhelm, this is multiplayer, so it's just one-on-one battles. Yeah. One-on-one battles indeed, my friends. Well, so the thing is, we have Willow, we have Red Legion, we have Outer Region Maple, Dactyr, King of the Dead, Valkanos, and Big Baff. And then, you know, from there, if, let's say King were to win his games, he'll have to play Namru, Waggetstein, Happy Puppy, and then Zyphos on reserves, and then Phoenix King, P-Butter, and Ice Power if he can keep sweeping. So, I mean, he'll get a chance to win the King of the Hill by playing people on the reserve list. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. So Mike Wood, if you're not getting notifications for my stream, you need to go to my YouTube channel, just go to any video and click the little bell icon. That's pretty much how you guarantee you get notifications. And if you guys haven't done that, yeah, go to my channel, click the little bell icon above the subscribe one, and then there's like a place where you can like say you want to get all notifications. YouTube's really stupid. Like subscribing doesn't give you notifications always. You need to like click that extra icon. It's so dumb. I don't know why they do that. Ryan Norcross, I have trouble on easy, won't be entering soon. Dude, don't stress it, man. You'll get there eventually. Everybody does it first. All right, guys. So here we are. Let's go ahead and take a look at the forces here of the vampires and Adam Shadow. He's got a Elamian Vampire Lord, a Terrorgeist. Front line is zombies. Secondary line is Graveguard with great weapons. Banshee, and double Corpse Guard. Very solid build. The double Banshee is one of the best answers against like big monstrous threats for the vampire counts. They're hard to kill. They're durable. They have good AP values, and they're really good at sustained combat. So I like this a lot. One sec, guys. Oh, man. Got like Wookiee hair on my face. Elamian Vampire Lord, of course. We saw her earlier with the Scepter of Instability, but more importantly, the Seduction. So lowers melee attack and speed. She says, come to my cabin. You'll find it most comfortable, I am sure. Yeah, well, very convincing. And a Terrorgeist as well. Should be good. King and Maple changed order, by the way. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Let me go ahead and update that on my list. Sorry, guys. And Maple. Very good. It's been updated. All right, guys. And so for the Dino Army, I'm loving it. He's got skink cohorts. He's got some Boxagors. Oh, hell yeah. Look how cool these guys look. This is the cohort of Waddle. So these guys, of course, hit like trucks. I don't know how good they'll be, but yeah, we'll see. He also does have, oh my god, this guy's memeing so hard. He's got the Shredder of Lustria and the cohort of Waddle. Asara Scarva, Islan with Life, of course, and the Star Chamber Guardians at the back. Oh my god, Willow coming in with the Shredder of Lustria and the Boxagors. Oh man. Yeah. You know, big BJ fan, you raised a good point. You raised a good point. But like, I don't know. YouTube's notification system is very, very faulty. So what's going to happen to this army is all the skinks are going to get routed like instantly, and then it's just going to be the Shredder stacked on top of a Life Salon with some Temple Guard holding. Yeah. This is going to be fun. It's time, guys. It is time. Yeah, Ungor Raiders. Ungor Raiders are surprisingly good. Like, I think a lot of people don't give them enough credit. Those things are pretty solid. Yeah, so we got Boxagors, we have the Shredder of Lustria. I mean, I don't know what planet we're on anymore, but let's not... Oh, sorry guys, just gotta minimize real quick and fix that. Perfect. But yeah, it's these are a wild time we live in. Griffin says, I don't do any multiplayer. Sisters of Avalorn are super good in campaign. Yeah, they're probably the best unit on the High Elf roster. I mean, Star Dragons, of course, are really strong if you can Doom stack them, but Sisters really change the campaign when you get them. Yeah, they're pretty good multiplayer. Sisters are used. Yeah, they're not bad. They're not like as good as they are in campaign, but they're still quite decent. Drown in the meme. So Willow says drown in the meme tide as he comes in with the Shredder of Lustria here. So the Lamian Vampire Lord is probably going to be trying to get a breath attack on the Star Chamber Guardians. Like you can see Adam's like lining it up right here. He's just sitting there, just super happy, super jolly. And he's going to be getting prepared to get this business going here. And is he going to do it? It looks like he's a little bit slow in the draw there, or maybe he's not trying to do it. I can't quite tell. And here comes the Feral Bastillodon. Ruben Bunskoke. Gary and George are back in town. Hell yeah, they are. And here comes the first charge of the mighty Bastillodon, ramrodding into the Skeleton Warriors, taking out a couple models. And the Shredder of Lustria able to take out quite a bit of HP off the Sternsmen. And now the big fighting is underway here. In the back, the Dire Pack lurking. Skinks on the flanks will probably be broken down, I would imagine, by some rear charges. But that Shredder of Lustria is no joke. It's making pretty quick work here of the Sternsmen, actually. Hasn't killed any models yet, but it's done quite a bit of HP damage. My one concern here for this Dino Army is, of course, the Banshees. But what's really, really funny is that the meme pick, the Cohort of Waddle, does magic damage, and they can actually kill Banshees really quick. Nice Banishment going down as well, which does tear through those Grave Guard with the great weapons, getting some good value. And now comes the rear charge here from the Dire Pack, so these Skink Cohorts will probably break pretty quick, I would imagine. What's cool about them is they're very cheap, though, only 300, and, you know, the Feral Bastillodon's also a very cheap unit. Shredder of Lustria still just going balls deep in the front, working on these troops. I think that the Star Chamber Guardians probably want to get engaged now, because that mighty Lamian Vampire Lord sits above in the skies, preparing to strike. And Careless! You guys notice the up and down movement on the flying mount? The Lord should be puking because of the seasickness, not the mounts. Well, I think vampire counts would be immune to that, probably. But yeah, that is a very good point for, like, human characters. But again, just like seasickness, some people can handle it, right? So maybe, like, Carl Franz is good. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. And the Cohort of Waddle continues to power fist its way through the Sternsmen. The armor sundered down to 60. Star Chamber Guardians have piled in, and that is a lot of damage. And just like we predicted, pretty much all the Skinks are pushed off. But that's okay. Not really the end of the world. And the Bastillodon here is being gooned out by a Banshee and some of the big boys. But, you know, it's holding its own. It's only 650 gold. And if the Lizards are getting good value in the front and killing all the, you know, Sternsmen and these other Graveguard type units, I mean, I suppose it's worth it. Looks like Earthblood's going to be going down. The Star Chamber Guardians, who are up to 14 kills, fighting Graveguard with great weapons, I believe, you know, which isn't a great trade for them, actually. But, you know, the Shredder of Lustria still lives. It still goes strong here. The other Bastillodon on the far side just kind of feasting on zombies. I think these are just Black Knights, yeah, so they're not Blood Knights. But Adam is really showing some solid tournament prowess, using his wolves to chase down all these remaining units. I mean, that's a really, really good play right there. Balance of power is pretty even at this point. I would say slightly vampire favored, simply because of how the Lizard army is a little bit disconjointed. You can see Seduction and Enfeebling Foe going down, and Adam really knowing what the threats to his army are. He's going to be going after the Cohort of Waddle here, so yeah. He's gonna bring those bad boys down for sure. The Cohort of Waddle is in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, you can see here they're most certainly seduced and terrified. So back to the center mass here. The Shredder of Lustria, 117 kills, certainly has done pretty well for itself. But with the Cohort of Waddle going here, as well as this Scarvet. And that's the thing, when you're playing a build like this with lizards, you need to stay really, really high and tight. If you let your army kind of spread out, you're going to get picked apart, and especially by a really good player like this. And he's been able to capitalize here. So the Cohort of Waddle might be rescued by the Dread Saurian. The Dread Saurian's coming in, and a little bit of damage on the Lamian Lord, actually. Pulls the bounce power back. Of course, the Scarvet here does have anti-large, and the... Oh, look at the Bastillodons coming back in as well! And the Power Fist Croxagores are getting in there and dropping some fat ham fists. The Shredder of Lustria, though, still going rampaging, 135 kills. This would be a super impressive win if he wins with those units. Other Bastillodons still here, too. How many single entities does this army have? I have to double check that. I think he's fine. Salon, Shredder, 2 Bastillodons. Yeah, he's good. And a Scarvet. So Adam has to pull back up in the sky with his big beasties here, using an Invo to heal them up, which is good. And now he's going to be charging back into the Scarvet with his anti-large Terrorgeist here. The Banshees are in okay shape. It looks like Invocation was able to kind of stabilize them. The Graveguard are slowly getting worn down, but the Vampire Army seems like it's going to be able to outlast this Lizard Force. I think the Temple Guard are gone too. Yeah, I think they just broke. Yeah, the Star Chamber Guardians just broke. So much for guarding the Salon, huh? I always felt like they would be like an unbreakable unit. Anyways, a big banishment coming down right here, which could be really good depending on which way it goes. And yeah, unfortunately, it's a bit of a whiff. Kind of goes through some of the chaff units instead of going back through those very juicy units. So the Graveguard with great weapons are crumbling down. The Shredder of Lustria is doing mortal combat here with one of the Banshees. And the big flying goon squad here, the Terrorgeist and the Lamian Lord, are both very, very healthy here. And could potentially cause some drama. We will see. The Shredder of Lustria, it's trying its hardest. It's a very expensive piece, but I don't think it's going to pay for itself. I mean, it's got to try and run away and maybe get some better engagements. Yeah, but the Banshees are just so sticky here. And now that the cohort is near death, I mean, they still have 9 models, I guess. If he could get a regrowth on that cohort, that'd be really strong, actually. Yeah, a lot of the undead stuff is breaking, too, like the chaff. You can see, like, what do they have left? I mean, they got zombies, they got a corpse cart here. Corpse carts are a pretty decent choice for 250. Give you a lot of utility. We still have the Bastillodon over here, you know, helping to crumble all the chaff units. And we got a big blob fight. I mean, I don't know, is this one over? One of the Banshees is going down here. The Salon does do magic damage. Guys, the Salon Mage is getting in there with its magic damage and going after the Banshee, and it looks like it's actually killing it. That is hilarious. Is this Salon going to hard carry this game? I don't know. It looks like the Banshee got healed a little bit there, but the Salon, like we said, does do magic damage, which is super underrated. Yeah, the Banshee's actually running. Invocation going down as well. These damn Banshees are so hard to kill. Scarvet's still fighting. Salon's coming back into combat, and unfortunately for the Dinos, the Cohort of Waddle is 100% broken. But yeah, I mean, the Vampires don't have much left on the ground. I mean, aside from the Banshees, a couple zombies and skeletons, all the Graveguard units are completely wiped. And the Salon is getting in there with his magic damage and doing some work. But yeah, that's really funny. I never really thought of the Salon being like a bit of an answer to a Banshees, right? Like, the Salon is chasing the Banshees down, and they're all having to run. The other Banshee, though, is just going to be chasing off these bad boys. And now the Scarvet does get isolated once again. Always a sign of a very good Vampire player is like picking off like weak assets that are away from the pocket. Oh man, and that Scarvet just gets shreked by those 2 characters. Nasty, but the Shredder, you know, it endures. The Shredder of Lustria is no joke here. He's quite pissed off. 202 kills, pretty healthy. I don't know what kind of healing the Salon has in the back pocket, but healing will be very good here because it's mainly a couple big monsters in a very tight pocket. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Shredder can carry this though. It's going to be tough. You can see here the Banshee able to get its shanks into the Bastillodon, which is good. And the Lamian Lord lands, but Matrix is back up in the air, which is very strange. I think it's trying to like attack the Shredder while the Seduction and Enfeebling Foe are active. And it looks like the Shredder of Lustria may be in a little bit of trouble. It's still steady, but if the Salon is holding like a regrowth in its back pocket, that could be incredibly good. It's still steady. It's a high leadership monster. 42 leadership, the debuffs are about to wear off, and it looks like an Earthblood is going down. So it's not going to be like a big old erect regrowth or something, but does he even have that? Looks like he did bring it, yeah. Regrowth, like, overcasted would heal for like 2,000 HP on this thing. That would be insane. And now the Shredder is turning around, trying to do battle with the Banshees. Salon as well. It looks like the Terrorgeist was attacking the Salon, and is going to be forced back. This Bastillodon here is only fighting because of the Cold-Blooded buff. And yeah, I don't know if the Shredder can carry this. I have to say, though, considering he brought meme units, Willow has played a very, very good game here. Against clearly a very solid Vampire Count player. So the Salon Mage of Life. Oh, dropping the base on that Banshee. Man. The Salon meta. Imagine if he had brought a Fire Salon. This flaming sort of rune on the Salon. GG. Alright, so this Banshee's crumbling. It's probably going to go down. Negative 33. The other Banshee's still so healthy, though. I just don't see it happening. And the Salon finishes off the Banshee. Look. The Mighty Toad claiming victory in battle. Shredder of Lustria, though. I don't think it's going to be able to carry this. Man, what a well-played game. Adam on a roll today, for sure. We got to give a round of applause to Willow for that glorious performance. Oh my god. Lars, thank you, man. That was man, we're having some really fun, even games today on stream, so really quite appreciative of this. Adam Shadow going on a run. He's got 3. And now we have Legion. So Red Legion, you are up. Let me go ahead and tag you. I think he's playing under a different name now. Cool. We're doing it. Drown in the meme tide, he says. That's so funny. He lost the game, but he won your hearts, dude. That was actually a close game. Like, if the Slan had maybe killed that first Banshee as it tried to retreat, he might have been able to pull that out. Yeah, it was really close. The Slan was putting in work, though, man. Yeah, if he had brought a regular Dread Saurian, I mean, that would have been much better. The Shredder is so expensive. Yeah, it's 3,700. It's way overpriced. It should be like 3,400, I think. Yeah. And he brought the Power Fist Croxagores. I mean, there was many things about his build which were wild, and he still did a really good job. Jack P, you love the content? Hey, man. Right back at you, dude. Thank you for supporting here on the channel and hanging out. Just watching things, enjoying life. It's been a fun stream so far. How far in are we? Oh, we're about an hour in. We're making some good pace. All right, so the next map is going to be... Let's do a little Kelp and Coal Dust. It's a weird map, but it's fun to mix it up every now and then. Dwarf players, there are a lot of dwarf players out there, a fair amount, but they're not here today in this King of the Hill to my knowledge. I mean, we might see dwarves. Dwarves would actually be really good against Adam. Dwarves are great against Coast, against Counts, and also against, well, High Elves are rough. So against Adam, I would probably come in if I were like really seriously trying to, you know, progress in this. I would do that. I would pick Dwarves and I would ban his High Elves on his triple pick. Yeah. Like, because right here, you ban High Elves, and then you have Dwarves against Vampires, which is Dwarf favored, and then you have Dwarves against Vampire Coast, which is hard favored. So then you really just have to know how to beat Vampire Counts with Dwarves, which is very doable. Yeah. Alex Moss, thank you for the donation. You just got to just hang out here and chat, and we'll be dropping links to the Discord the entire stream. Yeah. The noob himself. Sounds good, dude. Sounds good. The ROR does not do magic damage. No, it does not. The Dread Saurian doesn't. And we'll have mods dropping links to the Discord, so don't you stress it, man. We got you covered. So we got Red Legion, and then we have Outer Region. Region, not Legion. King of the Dead, Dactyr, Maple, Valkanos, and Big Baff. All right. So he's going High Elves and he's banning High Elves. So he's going to play High Elves against Coast. I think it's High Elf favored, actually, that matchup. And then High Elves, that's just my opinion, though. A lot of people would probably disagree. And then High Elves against, yeah, and Adam says that's my worst fear. So it's going to be High Elves. High Elves are really good against Counts. Tempest is so strong. Like, if you bring Alariel with Tempest and Earthblood, like, it just shuts down their whole Air Force. Yeah. So if Red Legion is a seasoned High Elf player, he should have a big advantage here. Yeah. Griffin Klauser, again, multiplayer scrub here. No worries, dude. What factions are strongest or weakest? You know, yeah, there's a degree of power creep, but honestly, I think, like, what's really amazing about this game is that, like, every faction can beat... I mean, there's a couple really bad matchups, but considering there's 15 playable factions with sub-factions, not including sub-factions, I think the game is incredibly well-balanced. And, like, you can pick any faction you want and more or less be able to win a bunch of different matchups, which is really cool. Strongest factions, I think, would be, like, Vampire Coast. Skaven are really good. I think Greenskins are top tier. I think those are, like, all S-tier factions. I think that, like, Empire would probably be, like, A-tier in the hands of the right players. I don't know. I'd have to actually really think about it. Did we open the stream? Yeah, we've been streaming for a while, man. Yeah. We are about an hour into the stream right now. Yeah, correct. Like Soothsayer, Talaxon Soothsayer, widely considered to be one of the best players of all time, right? He comes into tournaments and picks Bretonnia into Tomb Kings, which many people feel is like a terrible matchup for the Bretonians, but that's like his go-to pick. He picks Bretonnia against Tomb Kings, and I've seen him win the last like 3 times he's done it against like top-tier opponents. So, like, it just goes to show that, like, yeah, your knowledge of the game, your micro skills, like, all these things can contribute to solid victories. Yeah. Yeah. Tomb Kings are really good. I think Tomb Kings are a top-tier faction, yeah. I 100% agree with that. But Tomb Kings do have some rough matchups. They do. I think Empire is a faction. So, here's my thing about Empire. I don't think Empire's, like, an overpowered faction. I wouldn't put them as like S tier, that they're just really inherently strong. But in the hands of like top tier players, Empire doesn't have that many bad matchups outside of dwarves. Like you can pick Empire and ban dwarves and then like comfortably fight against any faction, in my opinion. And as a matter of fact, Empire hard counters Vampire Coast. They're really good against Tomb Kings. Yeah, like Empire's really, really solid. I want to get better at Empire. I'm working on it right now. Yeah, Bretonnia versus Lizardmen is one of the ones that's really tough. It's really, really tough. Start when ready. Let's get this party started, lads. Kelp and Coal Dust, definitely a good map for the High Elves. No, Lizardmen hard counter Bretonnia. Like hard counter. Oh, Contende, dude, you played a really good game. I mean, Adam is a really solid player. And like you were going in with Bretonnia, which is considered to be a hard matchup. I think if you had used the Knights up front, so what you do, Contende, is you hammer the front line with the Knights, right? He will then advance his crabs and his backline defense. You leave the Knights errant fighting. You pull the questing Knights back out and around, and then the backline will be more or less undefended. And that gets you more value, because going around the back when he's completely prepared for it isn't going to do too much for you. But you played a really good game, Contende. And the other issue you had was the Paladins. If you had gotten the Paladins out of that halberd blob and just grinded with your other troops and then used the Paladins in the late game defensively, I think you actually would have won the game, Contende, despite the Cav stuff in the beginning. You played really well, man. Well played, dude. Well played indeed. Norska is a really strong faction, yeah. Wolfric with the Seafang plus Burning Head and or Pendulum is really strong. Like, Norska has really good blitz potential. Good monstrous units. Yeah. If you're playing Bretonnia against Dinos, you definitely want to bring like Gotrek. He's really, really useful there. Yeah. Yeah, balance. I mean, God, man. Warcraft 3 and StarCraft have had balance issues with just 3 factions. I mean, I cannot believe that this game is even close to being balanced, considering we have 15 factions. It's pretty nuts. Got to give it up to. I mean, you know, a lot of people give Creative Assembly grief. But man, like considering how many factions there are, you really got to take that into account when you're criticizing them, because it's very, very difficult. Like you make one, you put one ability on a unit. You have to think about 15 other matchups and countless builds. It's pretty insane for sure. Yeah. That's just my opinion, though. All right, so for the forces of the High Elves, Red Legion going to be coming in with a Ranger frontline. Interesting. He's got 4 Archers. In the back, he's got 3 Reavers, a Star Dragon, a Lariel, I would imagine, with Tempest and Earthblood. Yep, that's the right pick. And a bunch of Spearmen in the back. It looks like just regular Spearmen, I think. Spearmen, and they're not going to be Silver and Guard. It's a good build. Yeah, it's not bad. Tempest plus Star Dragon pretty much controls the skies. And you can see here that he has switched off of an Air Force build, knowing that Tempest is probably coming. So on the front, we got zombies, a massive horde of skeleton warriors, 2 groups of blood knights, which we saw him use to very great effect against me earlier, 2 Vargulfs, and for his lords, he's got a necromancer. I would assume just a mana battery necromancer, and it's going to be Heinrich Kemmler. Or Lamian Vampire Lord. Man, this guy loves his Lamian Vampire Lord. And she is riding the horse, full on straddle there. She's ready to go with her mascara and goth face paint on. And we're good. And we are good. Yeah, rock trolls are really strong. Yeah, rock trolls are incredibly strong. All right, guys, and now the battle will be underway soon. It is the Red Legion facing off against Adam's Shadow. Will the Shadow continue his reign of tyranny? Perhaps he will. So after this, he faces Outer Region, who's known to be a very good Beastman player. And then he has to face King of the Dead, our returning champion, who was coming off 10 wins on the last King of the Hill he played. Yeah, solid stuff indeed. And here we go. Will the Red Legion and his mighty Star Dragon claim victory this day? Alariel definitely should bring the Boon of Aisha to give magic damage. I think she did. Yeah, so she can give magic damage, and that really helps nullify the double Banshee play. Granted, you don't really see Banshees in this matchup, so I don't think he has to worry too much. Rangers will be okay here. They'll be able to cut through zombies and skeletons pretty well. I do like the Ranger front line. And Reavers are also a really good answer against dogs, like Direwolves and Fellbats. You basically just use the Reavers as like a backline sweeper unit. Sorry about a little bit of lag today. I think some of the players may be having some lag, or maybe it's on my end. I don't know, but my bitrate seems fine, so yeah. Yeah, the Lamian Vampire is really good. I mean, it has really good buffs. And it's probably his playstyle, right? Like, a lot of people would consider the Blood Dragon to be, like, the best one of the game, right? But, you know, if he's really good with the Lamian Vampire Lord and he's found a way to utilize its abilities, then so be it, right? Seduction, Lightning Reflexes makes her very, very tough to kill. It gives her ward save and speed. Looks like Enfeebling Foe. Pendulum, oh man, she's got a pretty good kit of spells. Pendulum is really, really solid against high elves, so I like that quite a bit, especially if they have like sisters or tightly packed archers. So Alarielle's going to be flying overhead, scouting the situation. The one thing is those Blood Knights are going to be very tough to kill here. The Vargulfs not so much. Vargulfs, of course, will die to good Star Dragon play. But the Blood Knights, I don't know. There's not much in this army that's great against Blood Knights. I mean, low AP spears, fair amount of archers, but for the most part, the archers are going to want to shoot the Vargulfs the entire game. So, like, he should probably move his archers back here and try and get them in position to start shooting at these big Vargulfs. I mean, using the archers against the zombies and chaff is not going to be worth his time. But looks like he might do it anyways initially. But yeah, the archers 100% should be shooting the Vargulfs. I mean, you could use the Reavers to block up the Blood Knights. It's not going to be pretty. But, I mean, I suppose if there's a Star Dragon there as well, lending its fire support to the situation, that could be very good. Just making sure we don't have a fourth spectator here causing a little bit of lag. Yeah, that's too bad. Sorry about the lag, guys. It is what it is. So Archer's shooting in right now. And definitely switching on to the Blood Knights isn't terrible. Blood Knights do have the banner of the Red Keep, though, so they get 22% missile resist on top of being shielded and armored, so they barely take any damage from archers. Looks like a frontal charge might come in to the Rangers, which is a really good play. Rangers are super squishy, and the shock damage of these Blood Knights will be quite disgusting. Here they come. Down goes the Rangers to an extent. Losing 15 models instantly. Man, that was some really, really good shock damage. Blood Knights are got to be one of the best units in the entire game. Got to be one of the best units. King of the Dead says, I fought his army with my high elves yesterday. And how'd you do, King? Did you win the game, or did the mighty Adam Shadow get you? This is pretty good, though. Rangers in a 4v1 situation, but a 4v1 they can probably actually win. And from a cost perspective, that's quite good. So now the Blood Knights are coming around the flank. The Archers of Red Legion are shooting into the big monsters, which is a solid start. And is he going to take it to the Blood Knights and try and get a fight? It looks like his Reavers might be a little bit slow in the draw. If he lets his Reavers get charged by the Blood Knights here, ooh, this is going to be painful. But I guess he does have the Star Dragon nearby. Yeah, Star Dragon getting huge damage on impact. Man, the Blood Knights took a lot of burst right there. 4 Blood Knights going down from a single Star Dragon attack. Okay, that ended up being pretty good here from Red Legion. In the back, all of his archers are rotating into position. Need to start putting some hammering here on the Vargulfs, and we have some spears rotating outward as well. And yeah, this is so far so good. Blood Knights getting hammered down to half health, but I always feel like that's what happens with Blood Knights. They initially take a ton of damage, then late game they come back with invos and do a lot of work. Now, this could be a huge game-losing mistake here from Red Legion. If he lets his Star Dragon get isolated and killed here, that would be an absolute disaster. Granted, he does have a Lariel, and the Star Dragon was able to get huge damage on the Vargulf, which is incredibly solid, but now the Star Dragon is a little bit isolated here. Alariel is going to be going in on her bird as well, and does get some decent damage here, and she does have the Star of Avalorn, and also there are a million archers here lending their Overwatch fire, which could be impactful, but the Blood Knights are cleaning up the Reavers, no surprise there. Seduction is active. He definitely needs to get some kills here on one of the Vargulfs to make this worth it. Star of Avalorn needs to go down as well. Currently, the Star Dragon is somehow seduced by a vampire. Let us not ask questions, but it would appear to be the case. Star of Avalorn needs to go down now. Earthblood's active, but this dragon's going to be taking some huge damage here. It looks like he might be able to get it away, which would be very, very solid. Although, no, the Blood Knights are really hot in pursuit. I don't know if he's going to get that away. I think that misplay of overextending his Star Dragon against Adam here might lose him the bout, because he's fighting very close to the edge of the map. So if the Star Dragon breaks, it's going to break off the map. Ouch. Just a big old capital oof, ouch. Goof gaff. Most certainly a misplay. I think you just got to concede the dragon at this point. Just kind of admit that that is not going to be where you win the battle. But the bounce bar is pretty even. I mean, the archers have done great work. All the Blood Knights are super damaged. You know, the Star Dragon breaking off certainly sucks, but it's a game that Red Legion can still win. I mean, if you look at the Blood Knights here, these ones are really, really low. These ones are damaged. This Vargulf is very low as well. And the archers are still shooting quite happily, but that was, man, Red Legion was playing a very tight game up until that point. He's still playing well, though. Don't get me wrong. It's an easy mistake to make. Star Dragons have an animation that forces them to leap forward when they attack, so it's very easy for them to overextend, and that may have been what actually happened. So the Reaver's being used to muck up the Blood Knights as the archers continue to pepper fire here into the raw hide of this Vargulf. 40 armor, not going to help it too much against the massive archer volley fire here. We do also have some Lothern Seaguard. Lothern Seaguard will be able to hold back monsters with their anti-large. And now some of the Blood Knights are coming up and around the flank. We have the Pigeon Lady herself getting her hands dirty and actually jumping into that Vargulf, getting some good pecking damage. And the Rangers have won most of the frontline fights. Yeah, you can see the Rangers really just doing great work, just cutting through chaff. 206 kills, 122, 211, and 194 on the kills. Man, that is super impressive. Now this Vargulf's being hunted, but the Reavers, of course, are going to be sacrificed. Alariel needs to blow some for healing. Yeah, needs to drop some fat healing because she's about to be surrounded by Blood Knights. Granted, there is some really good Archer Overwatch fire to really punish the blob, and now the Rangers are pulling back for Red Legion, so Red Legion may be able to stabilize this. I just totally had a Porky Pig moment. That's all, folks. But Alariel the Radiant fighting hard in the pits, keeping the Illyrian Reavers going, and the High Elf Archer fire really starting to pepper in there, but Balance of Power is getting a little bit wild. As long as he can protect these archers and keep them shooting, I think he might be able to get this. You know, what's really cool about the Lothern Seaguard, too, is that they are spears, and honestly, Red Legion could grab these Lothern Seaguard and have them attack the Blood Knights right now. That would be relatively efficient. The healing's been really good here from the forces of the vampires. It's been able to really keep their Vargulfs alive. Blood Knights, let's go ahead and take inventory. These ones are very, very low, but yeah, he needs to use that Star of Avalorn. I don't know if we've seen him pull the trigger this game with the Star of Avalorn. Has he even been using it? Yeah, Zombie Summon, there it is. There's the star. That's going to keep her fighting for quite some time. He heals 1,000 HP, so it's almost like a regrowth. One Vargulf is getting very low. I think at this point, Red Legion needs to grab these Lothern Seaguard and move them in and have them fight his spears, which he's doing right now. Very well played. Good reaction time. He's going to pull in there. The Vargulf is getting worn down. -1 leadership. Vargulfs are one of the most annoying units in the game to actually kill. Alariel tanking like an absolute champ, but he's got to be careful not to have her break off the map. If that ends up happening, that could be a disaster. Some of the Blood Knights are trying to chase, but Red Legion does have some spears ready to screen. And it looks like she might come back. She's going to kind of run at this like awkward angle here. One Vargulf is going down. Blood Knights are crumbling as well. If he gets Alariel back, he should be fine, but if she breaks, then the vampires may have a chance to win this. Oh man, she's so close to coming back. Yep, there she is. She comes back. That's super clutch. So the one gorilla is crumbling. -61. Down it goes. The Blood Knights are crumbling here. Red Legion flying overhead here with Alariel the Radiant. This is a really, really good game. Both were very well played to both players for sure. So those Blood Knights are down for the count. And now we have the mighty Vargulf running for the hills. The Vampire Gorilla trying to avoid some of the fire, but pretty good ammo left on the Rangers. And the big problem is, not Rangers, Archers. And there's so many Rangers left too. And Lothern Seaguard are super healthy. And with Alariel being up in the sky, looks like a couple of Skeleton Spears were forgotten about in the back, but I don't think it would have made much of a difference. The Rangers have gotten so many kills against the Chaff. It is obscene. So as Vargulf, its HP is about 700. Getting pretty low here, -23. Now he's running for the hills. Stream sniping from King of the Dead already. He's not even playing. How could he be stream sniping already, guys? How is that even possible? All right, 300 HP. -52 leadership, and it's still, like, I feel like, yeah, crumbling should be more punishing when you get to that point, but yeah. Down it goes. The Lamian Vampire Lord cackling and running in circles, but is it going to be enough to save her? I don't think so. Those Rangers are just such MVPs. 200 kills. I mean, yeah, it's against Chaff, but that's still very effective usage of those units. So here at this point, Red Legion basically just needs to kill the Blood Knights. If he kills the Blood Knights, he can just grind out this Chaff all day with his Rangers. The Blood Knights are one of the few units that can inflict enough shock damage to really punish him. So even though they are good against missiles, I would just 100% shoot the Blood Knights. Just waste every bit of ammo you have into the Blood Knights. Alariel can kill the Necromancer. The Lamian Vampire Lord will die to a horde of spears. You really just need to make sure you kill the Blood Knights. Those things are just breadwinners for sure. One of the archers is about to run out. He does have two groups of archers that are a little bit low in ammo. They're obstructed right now, so that's probably one of the only things that's been a little bit suboptimal here about his play, is that the archers should be split up so that they can all shoot at the same time, because a lot of the models aren't shooting right now. He may have just noticed that, not sure. And he couldn't have heard me because there's a 20 to 30 second delay on chat, so there's no way that he would have reacted in real time to that statement. So Lothern Seaguard are going to be piling in. Blood Knights do get Van Hell's Dance Kebab. May lose a couple models to the rear charging here of the Lothern Seaguard, we'll see. Man, every game on this King of the Hill has been so good today. And the Blood Knights are running for the hills. Von Hell's keeping them going. All the chaff for the vampires. A couple Skeleton Spears are holding on. In the back, we do have Alariel the Pigeon Queen coming in and helping to finish off some of the chaff units, freeing up some more Rangers. And now it looks like Red Legion is shooting at the Blood Knights, which is the play. You got to kill them. Nothing else here is a threat to you, just those, really. The Lamian Lord may have like zombie summons and debuffs, but it's not going to be enough to really, butter your bread. 25 models on the Blood Knights. There could be more healing. It looks like the archers are shooting in quite happily. We will see. Here comes the Blood Knights charging in, but they are going to be charging into Seaguard. Seaguard, of course, are anti-large specialists. So a couple Blood Knights do get dragged down here by the brave Coastal Guardians of Lothern. 22 Blood Knights. And their banner does not protect them when they're in melee. If you look here at the banner of the Red Keep or the flag of the Blood Keep, if they're engaged in melee, it's actually disabled. So if they're in melee combat with something and they're being shot, they actually take the full damage. But man, the Rangers are insane. 175, 257 on those Rangers. Oh man, so solid. I mean, imagine like Kyle's pre... Oh, that's a risky play! Oh no, Alariel! Okay, thankfully the Blood Knights are beat up enough that that was really risky, but I guess there was some Rangers nearby and some infantry, so he felt confident doing that. And it looks like more Rangers are coming in. 320 kills on these bad boys. Yes, all quick battles and tournaments are done with large funds, which is 12,400 gold. To answer your question. Man, Red Legion going ham! And Red Legion, I believe, does have a YouTube channel, so if one of our mods could link to it, make sure to check him out. He does cast battles himself, he's a very solid player. And here you can see the Blood Knights, 15 models. The Lamian Vampire Lord is on the hunt. Trying to get the Pigeon Lady, but she's not going to let that happen. Not on her watch. And the Rangers with their bonus versus infantry continuing to just mulch through this undead army. And yeah, it's basically just going to be vampire characters just getting shreked and surrounded. Plenty of ammo to finish off the Blood Knights. 750. Really good juking, though, by Adam. He's just going back and forth trying to waste ammo. I mean, Adam really showing how tenacious of a player he is. Really good control. Like, he's wasting so much of this high elf ammo right now. But I still don't think it's going to be enough to save him. There's just too many high elves left. The high elf tide. Yeah. The high elf tide is real. And here comes the Blood Knights charging once more into the Spearmen. Yeah, it just makes you think if there was like one disruption tool, like some scurvy dogs. Or direwolves, maybe. He could have been able to pull this one out. But, you know, it is what it is. He went pretty heavy with the Blood Knights and Vargulfs. That's a very expensive build. So here comes the Star of Avalorn, the final heal to heal up this high elf army. The Blood Knights about to be flanked by some brave Lothern Sea Guard with their spears out. Some of them will get charged, but the Blood Knights probably will fall. You can see some of the Blood Knights are being demounted there. And yeah, the spear's doing a really good job. Anti-large really kicking in. The last of the Knights of Red Keep does fall to the Coastal Guard of Lothern. And now it's basically just the vampires in a grind fest. I don't think they have any way to win here. Yeah, the Lamian Lord is on a horse, I think, too. So she's going to get killed by spears pretty efficiently. Alarielle just sits in the sky. Like, you don't need to even use her. Just let your entire army grind and kill this Lamian Vampire Lord. It may take like 3 or 4 minutes, but it is what it is. I am from Mullet Land. Mullet Land, like Mootland. Being from the Moot, yeah. I mean, halflings, if we're talking like hobbits, I would totally be down to live in the Shire, like in Lord of the Rings, but like halflings in Warhammer are like totally not like them. Yeah, not at all. So Adam Shadow's reign has been brought to an end. However, he has accumulated a solid run of victories, so somebody will have to pass him to win. Otherwise, Adam Shadow will still win the King of the Hill. So, yeah. That is it. GG. Well played. I actually think that's a really hard matchup for the Counts, too. I think it's Heil favored, but I don't know. Maybe some people would disagree. The Lamian Vampire Lord basically here just grinds to the end. I mean, it's fully surrounded by troops. It'll eventually go down. Well, the Lamian Vampire Lord is very expensive and powerful, so it counts for a lot. Alarielle could charge in. Honestly, a rear charge probably wouldn't hurt, but yeah, there's like a ton of spears, and this is very lore-friendly, too. Vampires are super hard to kill. Like, if you look at Warhammer Fantasy vampire count armies, it was mostly like the vampires just hard carried the battles. Yeah. She does have a blue dress, so it looks like a paint, which would be a wash, Drakenhof Nightshade, yeah. Kira, thank you so much for the 20. Hey, Turin, love your videos. Also, your mullet during the Everchosen was legendary. The mullet is still here. Maybe I'll try and find an excuse to show the mullet today, but it's taking a break. The mullet will be back tomorrow for the Eternal Challenger League. Yeah. The Lamian Vampire Lord attempting to seduce all these high elf warriors, but she can only seduce so many of them. Lightning fast reflexes and the Crown of Command being used here by Adam. Really not wanting to go quietly into the night. Yeah. And the Lamian Vampire Lord will break, and that is going to be that. Good night, sweet princess. The spears of all these angry high elf dudes are certainly going to take you down. And should be army losses here in a split second. A couple more spear shanks when she gets down to about 1500 HP. Look at that. Attempting to seduce this many high elf warriors. That's quite a feat. Ooh, and a heal. An Earthblood going down. That'll probably trigger army losses. Yeah, negative 88, disintegrating. And there you have it, guys. Red Legion carries on. Well, it's not... Yeah, it's just like... I don't have my green screen set up. I'm in my boxers. I'm not wearing a shirt. You know, I don't feel like changing my current operation here. All right, so Red Legion is going to be taking over the King of the Hill spot. Adam, though, will still be the current King of the Hill with a very, very solid run today. Well played, Adam Shadow. Truly a beast, brother. Adam Shadow. And now we have Red Legion, which I believe is his actual YouTube channel name, so we're going to put that there. Change the score. And next up on the list, we have Outer Region, if you could go ahead and join. And he's the king with 3 wins, I believe. All right, so now we have Outer Region. So we'll go ahead and switch the map to Karak Buftar. And let's go ahead and get Outer Region. Very well played, Adam, dude. You played a great series of games. You were on fire today. And that's a hard matchup. All right, so next up, we have Outer Region. And he should be ready. He's here. Cool. Good luck, have fun. Adam, I wouldn't agree with you that I think High Elves need nerfs. I don't think they do. I think that it's just a hard matchup for your vampire counts. So that would be my assessment, because it's a High Elf favored matchup. But yeah, I don't think High Elves need any nerfs. Yeah, that would be my 2 cents. All right. So like, yeah, that's tricky. It is tricky indeed. Like, High Elves have a fair amount of matchups that are difficult, and they're also a very hard faction to play, in my experience. So they're going to do their picks and bans. Yeah. Legion picks 3 right now. All right, let's see here. Just checking everything. Yes, our list is going well. And after this, we have one of the returning kings, King of the Dead, coming to try and reclaim his throne from Adam. So Red Legion is going to pick Bretonnia, Empire, and Beastmen. So I would imagine here that Outer Region probably will ban... I don't know what he would ban here. I don't know. Yeah, he wants to play as Beastmen, I bet. Yeah, Skaven have a couple good matchups there, too. Counts are in kind of a weird place, yeah. Because counts are, have some really strong mechanics, but, yeah. It's tricky. Yeah, Pendulum. He had Pendulum, actually. I don't know if he used it on the Archers. So, Outer Region's going to go Greenskins and ban Empire. So, it's going to be Greenskins versus either Bretonnia or Beastmen. Beastmen have a good matchup there. Beastmen can play against Greenskins using a Spawn Rush. And it's really quite strong. The Beastmen Spawn Rushes are very scary, especially backed up by Butchers of Kalkengard. A couple things like that. Yeah, Adam, I agree with you. I think that Graveguard probably are not the best pick there. Adam, I think maybe if you had a little disruption. I mean, what do you think? You play vampires more than me, so you're probably more experienced with them. But when I play against High Elves, I usually like to bring at least 1 or 2 Direwolves. So maybe just cut your Skeleton Spears. I don't think they were terribly necessary, and cut a little bit of money somewhere else and get two Direwolves. Then you would have been able to chase down the Archers, probably. Yeah, Adam, you should sign up for tomorrow's Eternal Challenger League. You should play in that. It'll be a good experience for you because it'll be a more traditional best of 3, and you'll get a chance to really flex your undead muscles. It's tomorrow morning. It's open. You can sign up in the Discord because you've clearly been beating very good players in the King of the Hills. So I think you should join some of those community tournaments. Oh, Contende. Yeah, you should sign up too, man. Tomorrow. And we only cast the top 4 for Eternal Challenger League as well. But if you get to the top 4, we get you on stream. It's quite a bit of fun. Maybe I'll contact some other casters too and see if they want to cast the early rounds of the tournament tomorrow. Yeah, High Elves are strong. It's certainly a hard to play faction though. I think High Elves are very tricky to play. But, people who are really good at them can be quite scary. We've seen Zyphos go pretty ham with them before. Yeah, the thing is, Warden Monksy, if you lose skeletons, it's not a big deal. That's kind of their job. Also, Contende, you're signed up. Good. Yeah. Burning Head is just really good. Yeah. I guess, but I think you're also safe to assume, though, Adam, that High Elf players probably won't pick Lore of Fire against you with how good Alariel is. So I think you could actually get away with Graveguard in the front line against Rangers. Yeah. King of the Dead's going to play High Elves. What planet are we on? So we got Bretonnia. Bretonnia versus Greenskins. Oh, hell yeah. I love this matchup. It's so fun. It's very heavily Greenskin favored because of the spiders, but it's still winnable for Bretonnia. Have you played multiplayer when you've had too many beers? No, I never have, actually. Yeah. I never have. You know what else is really good, Adam, too, against High Elves is Scab Scrape. So you bring 2 White Kings on foot and you use their sword items to kill archers and spear lines. It's really strong. You should give it a try if you haven't. Oh, man. Closed captions calls Burning Head Bernie Head. That's funny. Milk was a bad choice. Thank you guys all for hanging out today. It's been a very fun stream. We continue on in our glorious King of the Hill efforts. So we got Bretonnia versus Green Tide. Yeah, King will be able to pick whatever he wants. Just get Bernie Sanders. Like superimposed on the Burning Head as it roasts through these zombies. Oh, 0 build from Red Legion. Is Outer Region ready to handle this? Can he handle the mighty... Yeah, Adam, use the... Here. I can't show you right now because I'm in the lobby, but I actually have a pretty good vampire build against High Elves that I could share with you. Yeah. If you'd like. You're one of the first people, Adam, though, to perform... to perform well against my... or not my build, but Aerocrastic's greenskin build. Granted, I'm not as good of a player as Aerocrastic. And I certainly made some big mistakes, but... Dude, that build is a hard one to beat with your vampires, and you beat it earlier. You're clearly a very good player. It's just about getting familiar with these matchups. Yeah. The Rogue Idol here? It could work. It could work, yeah. Like, if there is a matchup to get away with a Rogue Idol, Spiders are way better here, though, because they're anti-large and they're faster, but sometimes. Will Pulse, Showdown between Total War Warhammer 2 YouTubers when Zerkovic, Legend. So a lot of those guys don't play in tournaments. Like, Legend doesn't play multiplayer. I don't think Zerkovic plays in tournaments either. So, I don't think they would be interested in that, number one, or I don't know, yeah. There was a YouTuber tournament recently that was held by Samurai Warrior that I played in. If you want to see that, you can see the replays up on my channel. I played against Dov and a couple other YouTubers as well. Mainly guys who focus on multiplayer. Griffin Klauser, is the Rogue Idol viable? It's very niche. Like, very, very niche in particular. It's not a common pick because it's so damn slow. When you have the Rogue Idol against AI, they run at it and fight, right? But when you play against players, it's very easy to avoid because many infantry can simply outrun it. Yeah. I know, Adam, it was. It was, dude. Your Blood Knight play was really good. Yes. Yeah, the thing is, like, if you went to go put, like, a very good campaign player up against, like, a very good multiplayer, there would just be no chance for the campaign guys. Because, like, a lot of the tactics you use in campaign, right? Like, what you do in campaign, all right? There's a pretty simple formula when you're playing on higher difficulties. You spam ranged units, you spam single entities, and use magic. You blob up said enemy units with your single entities, you pound them with archers and magic, and you just basically do that. Because the AI is going to blob up on your single entities, you can kite them away, so you can basically just spam that. But those tactics will not work in multiplayer because a smart thinking opponent will actually attack your threatening units and won't just let you blob and kill them with magic. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And here we go. It is time. If you want to see people who have the best micro, you got to look at, like, the people winning these big community tournaments. Those guys will put any creator to shame, I can assure you. I've seen people comment on my videos saying, wow, your micro is so fast. I'm like, dude, you haven't seen anything yet. You haven't. All right, guys, in the battle, soon to be underway. It's going to be greenskins here. So we got goblins in the front line, 8-peak loonies, a bunch of stone trolls, which are actually really good. Peasant archers will struggle to kill them. They have magic resistance against Grail Knights. Man, this is a solid pick. Triple Stone Troll. And it looks like the Arachnaut Queen as well. Skarsnik for the Rampage and a Giant River Troll Hag. This is a really nasty anti-Bretonnian army. Like, really, really nasty. I'm quite curious to see if Red Legion can defeat it. So for Red Legion, we have Peasant Mobs into the Sunset, Men-at-Arms, Gotrek, 4 Archers, 2 Knights of the Realm, Holy Wardens in the back. And it looks like we do have King Lewin and some Royal Hippo Knights. Royal Hippo Knights do pretty good AP damage. These are the kind of units that could kill Stone Trolls. Very excited to see how he uses those. Yeah. Absolutely. Let me stretch out the old hands for a second. Oh. Yeah, Lotus Moon has really good micro for sure. Like, there's like, everyone has different play styles. When I play, I like to play from like this level, but there's some people who play like up from space. They're like looking down from the Age of Sigmar while they control their armies, and those people can be quite terrifying for sure. Yeah. So the battle is being pressed by the greenskins. They're coming forward. Their Stone Troll Blob. Oh, I also forgot to mention that. This is a really good pick as well. Outer Region does have Bob. So Bob, oh my god, I love this guy. Look at him riding on that pig. He's like almost the same size as the pig too, which is so funny. But that giant warthog, that boar, is carrying the Black Orc Big Boss. It will give immune psychology to the nearby Stone Trolls, which means that Lewin and or the Royal Hippo Knights will struggle to rout them off. So we will see. So now we have the Goblin Wolf Rider archers, maybe thinking to want to poke a little bit, but they are heavily outranged by the Peasant Bowmen with the fire arrows. So the fire damage on the Peasant Bowmen will mitigate the missile resist almost of the Stone Trolls by doing extra fire damage, but still Stone Trolls will be very tough to bring down for a lot of those Peasant archers. Lewin does not, he has the blessings of, the Blessing of the Lady. So Lewin basically self-heals, and he does also have another one. He's got to watch out for Rampage too. Like, if Red Legion messes up and lets his Royal Hippo Knights get rampaged by Skarsnik, that could be just an absolute disaster. Seeing them, like a very 2,000 gold expensive unit, just be circle beaten by Stone Trolls and a Spider, that would be very, very scary. Here we do also have Gotrek. Gotrek is going to be a huge boon to this Bretonnian army. Anti-large, armor piercing. Magic damage, so the Stone Trolls will have some mitigation against his damage, but nonetheless, Gotrek is certainly a very good Troll Slayer, both in lore and in game. His anti-large and unbreakable status certainly make him very, very good for that. That is true indeed. Dactyr, a lot of players do, but there's also a fair amount of players who don't, that are really top level players who do not use debug camera. Sometimes you can miss things with it because everything kind of like gets faded out so much you can miss like spell effects. There's ups and downs to both. Yeah. So here comes the giant River Troll Hag. Spirit Leech and a Bayuna are here. Bayuna could be used on some knights, I guess. Knights of the Realm, not a bad idea. Honestly, though, spamming Spirit Leeches probably on the Royal Hippogriff Knights would be a little bit more cost-effective. Both players having a good old standoff. They're just kind of staring at each other. It's almost like an MMA bout, right? Where like the referee has to actually like warn the players for timidity. Like just like not fighting. Like, yeah, and they're both moving forward like just very slowly. Very slowly indeed. Checkerboard and multiplayer, it's okay. In very niche situations, the checkerboard formation can be okay if you're using like Vampire Coast gun lines, because they can cover each other, but generally speaking, it's not super effective. It depends, because bringing that many ranged units to make it effective isn't that good in that many matchups. Man, the hogs are so cool. So goblins are going to be fighting peasants, and it looks like the Bretonnian archer line is going to be unleashing. Honestly, you could put all those archers into the giant River Troll Hag. That would honestly be maybe one of the best plays here for Red Legion. She is very weak to that type of attack. A little bit of conservative play coming in here from Outer Region, not wanting to push in with his main force, which I think may be a bit of a mistake. Knights of the Realm on the far side chasing down the Goblin Wolf Riders, who should be able to kite back quite happily. But I think he's got to put the pressure on. Yeah, just move up in a big force, keep them all together, get the debuff from Bob, or the buff from Bob to give him Unipsych. Oh, and the Fanatics are going in, but oh no, they kill the Goblins! They're very unpredictable. A lot of those kills, I mean, that definitely hurt them more than it hurt the peasants, which is unfortunate. But this is good from Outer Region. I think keeping all your forces together is the right way to go. Because basically, you know, if Lewin and the Hippogriffs are able to pick off trolls on their own, isolated, you're going to have a bad time. So you just got to ignore Gotrek also, just like move past him. Spider Summon being used here to shut down those Bretonnian peasant archers. Outer Region now pushing with the Troll Soul army, and the Knights of the Realm will get a good charge here. This is actually good. If they got their lances fixed on the Stone Trolls here, they get some really good chop damage. They do have bonus for large, not the best AP values, but still the Stone Trolls here getting wrecked pretty hard. Really good play there by Red Legion, isolating those Stone Trolls, and they're actually to the point of breaking, at which point the Knights of the Realm probably could chase them off. So if we look back here in the center mass, the Hippogriff Knights, a big mistake here from the forces of Bretonnia, landing amongst Skarsnik and the Trolls and the Spider. Oh man, a little bit of a scary one. He does have Gotrek here, I suppose, and oh, never mind, maybe he's going to make it work. Red Legion is taking out Skarsnik. I mean, just brute force. Oh man, where's the Queen going and the Trolls? They need to help Skarsnik, they just ran away. The Greenskins apparently want a new war boss. They've lost their faith in Skarsnik here and going to leave him to his own demise. Pretty even battle nonetheless. River Troll Hag just kind of sitting there, playing with her giant bag of concoctions. Skarsnik is punished there, and now it looks like the Bretonnians are going to be losing their life caster. So You know, honestly, it's a bit of a back and forth trade there. I mean, Skarsnik isn't super expensive, but it looks like he didn't even get the Rampage off. I think he just lost him. That's a pretty big ouchie. Spirit Leech going down on the Holy Wardens, not a bad play either. Definitely want to make sure to finish off the Damsel of Life if you can. Damsel definitely needs to go down. Trolls coming in. They hit really hard. 120 weapon strength, and of course she has 22 melee defense and almost no armor. So very little protection. Her gown doesn't provide her that much. So she's probably going to be going down here. Now, the battle is very close. Losing Skarsnik is very punishing, but Gotrek and the Hippogriff Knights are still online. But what's really good here for Outer Region is the fact that the Damsel is gone, which means that there's not going to be any regrowths on those very expensive, very powerful Royal Hippogriff Knights. So we'll see how that unfolds. But the Greenskins still have a very nasty Death Star. It doesn't look like many of the trolls have been forced off. Definitely very concerned for Bretonia. I feel like the Greenskins are certainly ahead in this game. The giant River Troll Hag with her sack of meat advancing forward with a dual Stone Troll. I think one of them might have actually gotten broken and shattered. I can't quite remember. There was 3 in the beginning. The Spider Hatchlings from Outer Region are being used to chase off the Damsel of Life. And how long do they have? They have enough time to probably get her off the battlefield, so that's pretty good. But now Lewin's coming back to Return to the King. I mean, Gotrek is here, Lewin's here, some hippos. I think Bretonia needs to stop sending troops back into combat and try and rally their forces somewhere, like create a big kind of epicenter. Like get the Holy Wardens, get these guys in the back. Knights of the Realm doing the work of the gods for sure as well, although being left sitting here and taking that free archer fire is certainly not fun for them. And he still does have some Knights of the Realm too. It could be a leadership situation, right? Like Bob, I think, is still here. Bob is still healthy. What's really good about Bob is he's like a bit of a second lord, which is nice. Bob does give the leadership, and Bob's going out here to try and chase down some of these knights. Spirit Leech going down to the Knights of the Realm. The Hog thinking about charging, but pulling back at the last second to go help out with the Holy Wardens. And it looks like these Knights of the Realm should be able to dispatch these goblins, especially with the Men-at-Arms coming in. It's a very close game, honestly. Currently, the Greenskins are ahead, but a good Alpha Strike with good positioning. So what Bretonia needs to do? Bretonia needs to kill all of the chaff around the battlefield. I mean, obviously, the Wolf Riders you won't be able to get, but it looks like most of the Greenskin chaff is actually gone. Ooh, and some Peasant Archers have come back online. But those trolls are isolated here, guys. This could be pretty strong. If Lewin and the Hippos could get there before the Greenskin army and like route them off the battlefield with the Terror Route, that would be backbreaking for these trolls and would pull the Bounce of Power back towards the middle. But it looks like Red Legion is going to be taking a more conservative angle of play, and instead is basically going to be gathering his forces here and doing his thing. Just stretched out my hands for a second so the camera's going to be still. Don't mind me, guys. Yeah, those Knights of the Realm doing some work, but Bretonia could be a big threat here still. I mean, Gotrek is a monster. But Bob, Stone Trolls, all of whom are immune to psychology, is really nasty. But I think Red Legion needs to take out those Stone Trolls in the back. I mean, they could, if Hippos and Lewin charged them with a little bit of Knight of the Realm support, like they would 100% be dead. But I mean, there's still a chance Bretonia can win this blob fight. It's going to take a lot of good attacks from Lewin. Archers are shooting into the Stone Trolls, which will tank their leadership down to 32. Pretty low for sure, but Bob is here. And the problem is now is that Outer Region is going to be getting his Stone Trolls back, and it's just going to, yeah, have a pretty nasty blob here. And here we go, guys. It looks like another Hatchling Summon is going to be used. The brave Men-at-Arms of Bretonia are going to be anchoring themselves. 4 Royal Hippos is some pretty good stopping power. I think Lewin and the Hippos may go in the back and go after the Stone Trolls. That's the right play. And just like Gotrek kind of like tank this and fight. Oh man, those Stone Trolls are so choice out there. That's like fresh fish. The Hippos won't win on their own though. This is a mistake. Sending in just the Hippos, the Stone Trolls might actually be able to win that. Granted, Knights of the Realm coming in as well, maybe. You can see some decent burst damage, right? And all it takes is a Terror Route. Like, they're trolls. They have terrible leadership. Knights of the Realm charging in, Lewin's charging in. I mean, this could break their leadership for sure. 2, 6, -8. And now the Stone Trolls are terrified. You chase them off. That is 1,100 gold that you can get off the battlefield for free now, as long as you can actually break them. Terror Routes won't do the full picture. No surprise here, the Bretonian army is going to be buckling. Gotrek just needs to kill as many trolls as he can. And just anchor. Gotrek will take a long time to kill. But yeah, this is good. He broke the Stone Trolls, but is there going to be follow-up? He needs to chase them off the battlefield. If those Stone Trolls come back, it's pretty much for naught. Yep, and it looks like Red Legion does get his horsemen to go chase down those Stone Trolls. The goblins are broken as well. Gotrek needs to get in there and just start going axe ham on those trolls. He really needs to. We will see. Looks like some of the Spider Riders looking to engage. Oh no, but he let the Stone Trolls come back somehow. And now these brave Knights of the Realm, it looks like he wasn't quite on their tail. And now the Stone Trolls are just going to, they turn around in all their infinite stupidity and are like, wait a second, there's only a couple of these knights. Let's punish them with our giant clubs. So Lewin making a stand here. Gotrek coming in. It looks like the Waz popped and many of the Wolf Rider archers are terror routed here. The Royal Hippogriff Knights are mithered, however you say that, and Spirit Leeched as well. May actually go down to Bob. Bob is coming in on the big old Wild Hog, and it looks like Outer Region is going to be pulling ahead in this game. Lewin, yeah, Gotrek needs to get a little bit more work done if he can. Lewin charging in here is basically suicide at this point. And the fact that he didn't get those Stone Trolls is kind of the straw that breaks the camel's back, because now those Stone Trolls are going to get close to the blob, and they're going to be getting the Immunopsychology, which means it's going to be just like a good old-fashioned brawl. Yeah, it's pretty much GG at this point. I don't know what else he can do. Yeah, the Stone Trolls being chased off, the balance of power would be pretty close to the center. Maybe like Gotrek and Lewin could pull it out with some good attacks, but at this point I think it's pretty much over. It was a really well played game though. It's a very hard matchup for the Bretonnians, and he put up a good fight. Outer Region though, of course, a very solid player as well. Coming in with the big old spider, but the Stone Troll toll has been paid. Gotrek will finally get the doom he seeks. Sword of Crone is active. Mass Terror Routes going down? No, those are actual just breaks. I mean, stranger things have happened. 12 models on those trolls and 11 on the other ones. But Bob is going to keep them fighting, which is a big problem. Lewin does have the Lion's Shield here, which gives him magic resist, which I don't think helps against anything here, but it still sounds really cool to activate the Lion's Shield. So, Kalashnikov, if you are in my Discord, to sign up, you just go to the upcoming tournaments tab at the top, and you can sign up for any number of tournaments. Ones that I run, ones that my son Herbert Walker runs, ones that are run by the Wolf of Sigmar, who's running our Younglings tournaments here. There's actually one going on today. But that is going to be the end of Lewin, and Gotrek will meet his doom at the hand of a million trolls and orcs. I'm sure just how he planned it. And that is going to be GG. Yeah. That is going to be GG. Yeah, it was a well-played game, honestly. A couple small misplays, but for the most part, it was good. It was really good. Skarsnik got killed almost instantly. That was quite the alpha strike. King Lewin's really scary in melee. He's a beast. Sword of Corone, hits like a truck. That dude does not mess around. Now it's just Gotrek grinding it out. And the Mighty Spider still having its hatchlings. Gotrek's not going down quietly, though. He's certainly beating down some of these greenskins as he does go. And don't worry, Gotrek has such thick plot armor that as soon as he falls, I'm sure Sigmar himself will descend from the heavens, carrying Gotrek into whatever other storyline he's needed. Yeah. There you have it. Gotrek getting the heal, but it's still bugged, apparently, where it doesn't actually heal him. It's so stupid. Hopefully that'll be something they'll fix in this beta. And there you have it. There you have it. Yeah, losing the healer was pretty rough, too. Not being able to heal your single entities like Lewin and the Hippos. So Outer Region will take over. Adam Shadow still maintaining his throne. Outer Region. Outer Region sounds like it would be like at a shop in like Area 51, like near it, selling like alien merchandise. All right, so King of the Dead, you're up. Yeah, and if you guys are looking, upcoming tournaments, my son Herbert Walker is running one tomorrow. Yeah, he's running one tomorrow. And then he's running a Fresh Recruits tournament on Sunday. I'm running a tournament tomorrow as well. And those are probably the two upcoming tournaments that we have on the Discord. We had one today as well for beginners. That was run by the Wolf of Sigmar, doing the work of the gods there. All right, so let's put him on... what map do we want to put these lads on? I'm sure King of the Dead will come in with his classic. Pillar of Bone. We haven't done that one yet. So Outer Region goes Empire, Beastmen, and Vampirates. Yeah, and now King gets to do his business here. King of the Dead coming off a fat win last time. He had an incredible run. Was against mostly newer players, but he did defeat a couple of very experienced players as well. Colcorm Corbeck donates $20. Thank you so much, and bring back the Gobbo King. All he has to do is message me if he wants to play in these King of the Hills, dude. I'm more than happy for him to play in the King of the Hills or tournaments. He can sign up. I'm down. There's nothing restricting him. So if he's interested, he's still playing. Yeah, tell him to come sign up, man. Corbeck, thank you so much for the 20. I do appreciate that, brother. Oh, man. Who would win in a duel? Karl Franz or Lewin? It's hard to say. Probably Karl. I think Galmaraz would edge it for him, like the anti-large. Yeah, Keldor, you should join. They're really good. So Warden Moxie, the Gotrek's healing is currently bugged. Like if he gets like knocked over while it's proccing, it like just misses him. It's really stupid. Yeah, and sometimes it can even heal your opponents if they like step into the healing aura. It was like it's incredibly bugged. Yeah. I don't know if that's still the case or maybe it was fixed, but yeah. Okay. Oh, it's pronounced Gollum? Like Gollum with the C. Column. All right, Column. Column Corbeck. Yes. Yeah, Galmaraz is really strong. I mean, because then Lewin wouldn't have the anti-large, and plus he has Reikland Runefang too. Sword of Crone would be a nice debuff in the healing, but I think Franz also has a better charge bonus, so the initial impact would heavily favor Franz. He would just pull so far ahead. Yeah, Wicked actually just dropped a link to the Discord above. If you scroll up like literally like half a page, you'll see it. Yeah. So King is holding true to his promise and going with the High Elves, which he actually surprised me the other day. King and I played a game with his High Elves, and he actually really did a good job with them, and I was surprised. I didn't know that he actually played them, so this will be quite a bit of fun. Yes. Karl Franz is so awesome. He's the coolest character. Yeah, in lore, I think that Lewin would win, probably, from what I've like read about lore. But Franz is like, he's a good fighter. He's got an extremely powerful mount. But again, if you're getting into lore, like, you know, I don't know, because Franz is like the chosen of Sigmar, sort of, right? So like in the end times, which I think is incredibly stupid, Karl Franz basically gets crumped by a bunch of chaos monsters, the Glotkin brothers, I think, and then he gets like possessed by Sigmar and becomes like Super Saiyan. You know, it's just like, yeah, but I mean, like in traditional lore, without like extreme circumstances, I think Lewin probably would be able to defeat Karl Franz. But Franz is like a statesman. He's much better. He's a much better leader for sure. Yeah. And here we go, guys. Welcome to the party. So if you're in the Discord and you just go to the top, like the categories, and look for upcoming tournaments, you'll notice that a couple days ago I announced it, and you can sign up there. Yeah, when it comes to lore, he who wins with the greatest plot armor, I know. There's like so many points in the Gotrek and Felix books when you're like, oh, well, Gotrek's going to die, and then suddenly like some divine intervention, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, if you're, I have like a guide. It's on my YouTube channel. It's about the basics of like how to set up your army and how to move your units and things like that. I don't have too many about strategy because I usually show people strategy through my quick battles, but maybe I'll do some because I feel like showing people strategy through execution rather than application rather than like theory is better. But yeah. So Lich109 in chat, who of course is a mighty lore master himself, says Karl Franz was briefly possessed by Sigmar in the third battle of Blackfire Pass. However, that was a much better written story than anything in the end times. That's pretty gangster. Yeah. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, do drop a like. Helps me out quite a bit. We got over 1,000 people, 272. I hate asking for it. I think it's cringy, but it is what I do for a living. So I do appreciate that a lot. I'm going to go get some water, by the way, guys. And now I'm back from outer space with some water. All right, guys, perfect. We're loading in. It's going to be King of the Dead, not playing an undead faction. I'm trying to show people that he isn't simply an undead player. He's got more schemes up his sleeve. So we'll see how these schemes unfold here in this battle. We will see indeed. All right, so King of the Dead facing off against the Outer Region High Elves against Empire. Of course, me being a devout Sigmarite, I want to see the glorious Sons of Sigmar win, but we'll see how it goes. Although, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I'm about that Sigmar life. So for King of the Dead, we have Silver and Guard. Okay, this is the exact same build almost that he brought against my Bretonia. Very strange stuff indeed. Yeah. Uh-oh, is it Lag King again? It might be the King of the Lag. King of the Lag. Yeah, this is like the build he brought against my Bretonia. So Silver and Guard to hold, double Bolt Thrower, which honestly is really good against Heavy Cav too. Teclis and an Arcane Phoenix to win the single entity fights, and then a couple of Reavers for support. Yeah, it's a good build. It's a good build. It's very similar to what he used. And now for the Sons of Sigmar in Outer Region, let's take a look. He's got the Hammer of the Witches, which is going to be very strong here. However, if he does not notice King of the Dead's Vanguard, he loses it for free. He'll probably lose the game as well. On top of that, he's got 2 Outriders. He has Karl Franz up in the sky. Warrior Priest, I would imagine with Soulfire and all the buffs. Royal Altdorf Griffites, Empire Knights, and yeah, pretty much a State Trooper front line. But man, he really needs to protect this cannon. This is giving me a little bit of anxiety here. Not like true anxiety, but you know, I'm stressed for him. It's a good build. It's a good, well-rounded Sigmarite build. Yeah, that's good. We'll see how it goes. High Elves are dead inside, so it's legit, says Pierre. Never been a big fan of High Elves in lore. But I mean, immediately, King's Cav are revealed. The Empire Knights turn around, and yeah, these Reavers are going to get wrecked. So this is actually really big for Outer Region. I don't know why King is engaging here. He should be running. Like, King could have gotten away if he just went straight down the side here, but instead he decides to sacrifice these High Elf warriors to the mighty Sigmarites. Franz coming in with Galmaraz waving in the air, while Deathclaw pretty much shreks these guys. And that is going to be the doom and despair of these Reavers, who are truly broken and probably should run off the back, but they might come back. We'll see. Nonetheless, King is going to be advancing his bolt throwers. It's not like a game-losing play. Yeah. Not a game-losing play. It certainly sucks. Hammer of the Witches is actually shooting at the bolt thrower here. And it does have superior range at 450, so the bolt throwers have to get much closer. And might be able to take out a couple models here off the bolt thrower model. We'll see. And yeah, the Griffites in the back are chasing them off, it looks like. No, those are actually Empire Knights. Man, I got to tell you guys how annoying Bird Teclis is to kill. He has like all these ward saves. And then on top of that, Teclis does also have the Potion of Koroi. So he just becomes such a freaking nightmare to kill. God, it is annoying, I have to say. So the bolt throwers are down to 1 model. Hammer the Witch is doing some seriously solid work here. King's bolt thrower strategy being punished very hard by that Arwar cannon. Let's go ahead and pay attention here. See if they can drop some shots. It looks like Fiery Convocation is going to be coming down. Oh, the Nets Fiery Convocation combo! So he nets them so they can't dodge it. And then, man, those guys are going to get roasted. Oh, yeah, that was sexy. Look at that. Sigmar Sons only lost 4 models, but now if they get tickled with any pickle, they're going to be losing a substantial amount of models. So that was an awesome play. I have to say, that was really cool. Outriders doing a decent job forcing back Bird Teclis, as well as the Frostheart Phoenix. And the Hammer of the Witches did fully kill one of the bolt throwers, which is actually incredibly nice. Because King's build is very much like a counterpunch build. It's not one that's going to be super good at taking the initiative. But, I mean, that's a pretty expensive combo also. Excuse me. Using the nets plus the regrowth there. So, we'll see how it goes. No, this isn't a meme build. King's build is not memey. This is actually like a build he's been using against me. It's solid. It's very solid. It's disgustingly hard to kill these birds. And I mean, if the Outriders can be dealt with, the Phoenix plus the Frostheart Phoenix could probably 2v1 Franz up in the sky. He really is heavily dependent on the support he has on the low ground in the form of the Outriders. So the Hammer of the Witches is still shooting. It hasn't lost any cannons yet. It looks like it might be going back after that bolt thrower here to finish it off. Or no, it's actually switched on to the other one. So now in total, there's 2 high elf bolt throwers here and 1 here. 3 in total against 3 cannons. And the Hammer of the Witches hasn't lost any cannons yet. Nice little focus fire coming in from the Outriders into Bird Teclis. The Royal Altdorf Griffites circling below. King of the Lag continuing to intimidate his opponents with his glorious lag. Yeah, Teclis is really strong. I mean, he's really incredibly good now. Yeah, and the Hammer of the Witches is doing some work, man. Sigmar Engineering is certainly blessed here. As this Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower has 2 crews left, this one has 1. Any more kind of poking fire there could do some good work. Outriders are getting some decent damage. I mean, it's not incredible, but certainly not bad. You're going to have to deal with those things eventually. I think just playing the cannon trading game is the way to go here for Outer Region. Just keep shooting with the Hammer of the Witches and try and win it. Yeah, you can see this one is shattered. So now it's 2 cannons versus 2 bolt throwers, which is very, very nice. What's the most accurate artillery in the game? I'm not sure. I'd have to do some testing to answer your question. Something like Hammer of the Witches, though, is probably super freaking accurate. Yeah. So here comes the gunfire from the Outriders. King is trying to waste the ammo. The Frostheart Phoenix does have 80 armor, which will help a little bit, and also has the ward save, as long as the winds of magic are above a certain percentage. Yeah, and actually, Hammer of the Witches might lose this trade, actually. There's now 2 Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers and 1 Hammer of the Witches left, which means that the Empire may need to advance here. It's hard to say. King of the Lag living true to his name here. Zypho says a Hell Cannon. I don't know about that. I do not know about that. Keith Roy, yeah. Cheers, man. We'll be getting that going next week, I'm sure. Got to record my Skarsnik campaign this weekend. I've recorded 5 episodes, 3 of which have gone up already. Certainly have a couple more we need to hit hard. Yeah, Doom Diver catapults are pretty freaking accurate, actually. Yeah, that's a really true point. They're like heat-seeking, right? So even if you're juking back and forth, they kind of adjust to it. Franz might want to go in for a duel here, like pop his cooldowns and then, use a regrowth if he gets really pressured. The High Elves do have one bolt thrower in the back. The Hammer of the Witches has one cannon, so it's really coming down to the wire. Oh, and it looks like a big old... Yeah, so he's casting nets here, and now he's going to go in and kill the cannon. Look at King just getting super ballsy. And he might be able to get it. Yep, he gets it. Oh, what a play. That's a lot of Winds of Magic, but I mean, that's what Teclis is all about. And he should be able to get away. Man, King of the Dead with some just big brain plays here, I have to say. So the net is gone, but all of the cannons are gone now. So the Empire pretty much has to engage. One of the birds does take quite a bit of damage, but nothing that a regrowth can't fix. A standard regrowth will heal it for about 1,300 HP. Somebody in chat saying the Hellstorm rocket battery is the most accurate. Yeah, definitely not. Silver and Guard will pretty much beat all of these state troops, honestly, and that's what makes Silver and Guard so good. Like, even being a holding unit, they're also pretty good in combat. I mean, they can really do their thing. The Cav game will, of course, favor the Empire. They have Griffites plus Empire Knights against pretty much just Reavers, but I don't know. Silver and Guard are going to be a big problem. Franz actually opting to go fight this. So he whips out Gall Miraz and Reikland Runefang, and he has Outrider support as well, so I think that's why he feels confident here. The Warrior Priest is going to be dropping his buffs below, and Franz is super sauced right now, so King of the Dead wisely pulling back, but maybe Franz will dive down and help out in this pit fight here. Yeah, bringing all his buffs with him, and he gets a nice little rear charge there. Yeah, the Phoenixes are so freaking annoying to deal with. And yeah, that's my big concern for the forces of the Empire, is that their front line is going to lose this fight. Yeah, but the Outriders, man, doing some great work. A little bit low on ammo, but the birds are charging in now. We do have the Royal Altdorf Griffites here, and oh, Karl Franz jumps over and strikes, and is able to get a huge jump here on the Frostheart Phoenix. Warrior Priest coming in as well. Really good reaction, especially when the Griffites are nearby. And it looks like some Silver and Guard are actually broken. Man, he actually broke the Silver and Guard. That's very impressive. And the Frostheart Phoenix does get back up in the sky, having taken a lot of focus fire. Now Bird Teclis is here, but Bird Teclis takes like 45 minutes to kill. I think Franz pursuing the Frostheart Phoenix is not a bad play. But he does turn around and pins in Teclis. Franz going ham. And here Teclis is being taken down pretty quick by Franz. And a Fiery Convocation is going to be coming in from Teclis, trying to peel off the Empire reinforcements. But Bird Teclis is feeling the wrath of the Emperor of Man, as he just gets beaten down by the superior, awesome Lord. I mean, he's not really superior. Teclis is quite the magician, but I just don't like High Elf, so I'm going to say it. Karl Franz pulls back up into the sky. Teclis running for the hills. And now with Franz and the Demogryph Knights to help against the Silver and Guard, a matchup which normally would be losing, it's going to get much better. Nice shots here from the Outriders shooting up into the sky. No, you don't have to super chat to tell me how cool I am. Thank you, man. Oh, man. That's pretty funny. So Karl Franz with the Foe Seeker is on the hunt, going after Teclis, going after the Frostheart Phoenix. And he still probably should win this 2v1 fight, considering how healthy he is. Although maybe not. I mean, if regrowth or any healing is available to Franz, he should be okay here. Yeah, and you can see Outer Region doing an amazing job repositioning his Outriders. So now he has them right here. They can start shooting at the bird as it chases. And regrowth is actually active on the Frostheart Phoenix at the moment, so that's going to be some pretty fat healing. Warrior Priest is pretty cool also with the Soulfire Bombardment to really wreck the infantry lines. Yeah, Franz is carrying hard. Franz is carrying really hard. You know, if I had to choose like High Elf characters I do like, Teclis would be one of them. I don't really like the pompous High Elf characters, like the arrogant pompous one, and Teclis seems like a pretty reasonable dude. Like he's the one, isn't he the one who like taught magic to the humans anyways? Yeah, I mean, come on, you got to give the guy some props. Teclis is pretty cool. So more fire coming in. Outriders a little bit sparse on ammo, but keeping his ammo usage very efficient. And yeah, pretty much the Empire Hammer Squad, the Warrior Priests and the Empire Knights and the Demogryphs are just charging into the rears of all these spears. And Teclis and his Frostheart Phoenix are pretty much screened out here by the Outriders. They're not able to do too much. I have to say, this is some really, really good Empire play for sure. The Frostheart Phoenix is broken down. Maybe down for the count. 34 leadership should be able to stabilize, but I don't know. I don't think the High Elves are going to have enough healing to get back in this game. There's still so many state troopers left, too. So many spearmen and healthy cav. Like, they're going to be able to easily get back here and shut down that bolt thrower. Franz could probably win 2v1. The Outriders have just been absolutely punishing that Frostheart Phoenix. I think Franz can smell blood, too. He's going to be going in for the kill here, I would imagine. What do we got? 422, negative 13, negative 8. And here comes the Franz Foe Seeker activated. His speed is 111, so he can actually catch these filthy birds. Not the Arcane Phoenix, which has 120 speed, but now we have a duel between Teclis and Franz up in the sky. And yeah, Franz is actually taking a lot of damage here. Might end up losing that duel. It's pretty crazy. Teclis is on his bird is so damn strong. But I mean, even if Teclis were to defeat Franz in the sky, which is something I never thought I would hear in my life, I mean, yeah, he's got magic. Regrowth is on Franz, an overcasted one too, Enfeebling Foe. It's really keeping him down though, making him lose that duel. I don't think that they would be able to win the fight on the ground. Outrider's going to be shooting up in the sky. Franz going to be going down, bringing himself to his men. And I don't know. I mean, I simply don't think King has enough. And of course, King of the Dead did have a massive run on our last stream, but again, he was playing a lot of new players as well. And good players. But here he's potentially facing defeat in his first game against Outer Region, but he's not also playing, or he's also not playing his main factions of Undead. And that's going to be it. Outer Region and the Sons of Sigmar claim victory. King of the Dead's stream sniping has been brought to an end. For the record, guys, he doesn't actually stream snipe. He does not actually stream snipe. He does not. And there you have it, guys. Karl Franz carrying the Sons of Sigmar to victory. Adam Shadow, still our first place contender here. Outer Region creeping up on him, though. And next up, we have Dactor. So, Dactor, let's get you in here, bud. All right. Very good. Peckless. Oh, Peckless is such a good name for him, yeah. That was a great game, man. Well played. Well played indeed. We'll do Oakenhammer next. I'll be right back in a quick second, guys. Well played, King. King says that his lag switch broke halfway through. King, you're still an ace, man. Your run in the last stream was quite legendary. You will not be forgotten, and I'm sure I'll see you back. Sigmar is pleased, though. Yeah, it was a good game. It was close. It was a really good game. So now we have Outer Region on the... let's see what they want to pick. So he says Beastmen, Vampires, and Empire again. Yeah, those are, I'm pretty sure those are like his 3 tournament factions. Yeah, losing the Reavers in the beginning definitely hurt, but his lag switch broke. That's so funny. Oh my god. That's so troll, guys. So Dactor is thinking about his picks and bans right now. We're getting relatively close to the King of the Hill finale. We have Dactor, Maple, Valkanos, and Big Baff. So depending on the situation at the end, we'll see. Outer Region could potentially take the sweep. We'll see. He's got some fearsome opponents. He bans Beastmen, and he picks Bretonnia. So Bretonnia against either Empire or Vampirates. I would probably pick Vampirates for Outer Region. Although Empire has a fun matchup against Bretonnia. Yeah, he's going to go Vampirates, yeah. That's a smart play. Bretonnia can win this. I actually think Bretonnia has some teeth in this matchup. So we had a donation come through just now from Lou SAS Scholl, Lou Sashol of $20. He says, "Happy birthday, Turin." Oh my God, you guys are relentless. Thank you for the 20, man. That's super generous of you. Yes. Karl Franz is the man. He's like, I have his tabletop model. I'm so excited that when I get my hand fixed, I can just paint him in all of Sigmar's glory. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. And apparently, actually, in lore, there's a... So Lore Master of Zotek was telling me that Karl Franz does have, like, black armor that he wears occasionally. So, because I'm doing a Knights of More theme for my army where they're painted black and then they have gold trim with Altdorf colors with the feathers and cloth. No, the winner will play people from the reserve list. Yeah, because I want to give other people a chance to play. Yeah. Who calls the nation, man? I got to get that as my actual ringtone. Like when somebody calls me, Franz will be like, "The nation calls." Yeah, we'll see. Man, guys, thank you so much for your donations today on stream. I was just like looking back at that. You guys went crazy. Oh, and another one. Mark Rover, thank you for the tenner, dude. Thanks for everything, bro. Thanks to you too, brother. I really do appreciate that, Mark. Have you read Luther Huss Turin? No, I haven't. No, is it a book? Is it an Empire book? We might do an FFA at the end. I think an FFA could be fun. Yeah. Who's playing Hank Hill? Franz. Franz would be Hank Hill. Dale is Marcus Wolfhart because he's like a hunter and he's got his pocket sand. Yeah. If we're talking King of the Hill, the TV show. Yeah, let me see if I can like find Franz. See if there's any like... Yeah, like in this picture, I mean, is his armor black here? It kind of is. This is like from one of the lore books, I think. Yeah, so check this out. This is like the scheme I'm kind of going for. One sec, guys. Gotta drag this over to the other monitor. So I'll add it real quick and show you guys. Add image. What is it called? So yeah, Franz has some sort of armor that he wears. It's Grom the Paunch. Those are some squigs. Hold on, guys. I'll find it in just a second while the players are doing their armies. Where the hell is it? How am I missing this? God, I'm just so bad with technology sometimes. Anyways, let's get the battle started. I'll show you guys while they're loading in. Yeah, we'll get that party started. Thank you guys again for your support. Should be here somewhere. Did I just not have that here? Okay, Emperor Karl Franz PNG. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Is it not showing up because it's like a PNG or something? That's stupid. Anyways, I'll show you guys next time we have some downtime on the stream. Yeah, no problem. William Lange, I don't have much to give, but happy birthday, please, man. Don't stress it. I just appreciate you hanging out here and watching the stream. All right, so here we are, guys. The current King of the Hill, Outer Region, is certainly in a very important game here. If Outer Region is able to claim victory in this particular battle, he will be tying Adam Shadow for first place, which means he'll certainly be in a very comfortable position to at least have a tie on the stream. So we've seen this matchup today, Bretonnia versus the glorious forces of the Vampire Coast. It's going to be Count Noctilus. We have a gunnery wight. We have a single mortar, so not going as all in on the artillery as we saw Adam do earlier, but again, it seemed to work for Adam. He's got bombers, deckhand mobs, a giant crab, 2 scurvy doggos to chase down the archers, I would imagine. And that's it. Very defensive build. Now for the forces of Bretonnia, who are going to be led by Dactyr of XMT, he's got battle pilgrims, which are by far the best choice in the front line, in my opinion, in this matchup. They really wreck most of the Vampire Coast troopers. Then we got a bunch of archers into the sunset, 5 archers. Fey Enchantress double paladin is really meta in this matchup. It's very, very solid. Knights Errant, and it looks like some Knights of the Realm on the far side. So it's a pretty similar build to what we saw earlier. Just more battle pilgrims, it looks like. Less chaff. Yeah, it's looking good. The Flamethrower Necrofex is okay in multiplayer, Dusty, against like undead factions. Like, so if you're facing like vampire counts, the fire damage can be okay, but it's still not the best thing in the world. But it's not terrible either. So both players are preparing to scrap here. Have I read Grimblades? No, I haven't. I'll check it out, though. It's an Empire novel set 200 years before Franz during the invasion of Grom the Paunch. Best fantasy novel. I'll check it out. Grimblades. Okay. So the Vampire Coast up on the high ground, going to be using their enhanced ballistics to get the accuracy and reload skill on their artillery, including Count Noctilus, and they're going to start pounding on these poor peasant archers, which is certainly no surprise. Peasant archers are a pretty substantial threat to the existence here of these vampirates. Imagine if peasant archers had Vanguard. They could like deploy close. That'd be so strong to avoid this incoming pressure. Scurvy dogs are hiding in the trees. I think that Outer Region wants to start the battle and have his opponent think, that there is no, mobile threat. So eventually he forgets about them and then they pop out and chase down the archers. I think that's really kind of his goal here. Paladin and Fey Enchantress are lacking a little bit behind. They definitely want to advance here. Get up with the main force, use the 2 paladins to kind of work on the crabs. It'll take some time, but eventually they can get there. But this is where, of course, Vampire Coast will have the advantage, is the firepower. Yo-ho, the blood runs cold. Yes, it does indeed. As the brave Bretonnians advance on the horrors of the night here. Fire arrows going to be going after bombers. Bombers are incredibly good against battle pilgrims and those type of troops. So understandably, the Bretonnian archers probably do want to finish off the bombers as quickly as they possibly can. So here comes the first of the zombie powered deckhand mobs. Looks like some battle pilgrims may be meeting them, or the peasants with their rakes and pitchforks. Looks like they're like frozen. No, okay, they're good. They're back in business. Zombie deckhand mobs will win that fight. And it looks like the peasant archers are getting some good value into the bombers. And yeah, you definitely don't want to take those bomber volleys unless you have to. So delaying the engagement is kind of a lose-lose though, because if you don't engage, like it's more time that the mortars and Noctilus pound you. So you kind of have to like decide your fate, right? So here these bombers are going down really quick. I mean, 3 archers are shooting. I think the scurvy dogs are still hiding in the trees. Hopefully for the sake of outer region, he doesn't forget about those and it's intentional because, I mean, they could do some great work, especially now that the knights are committed to the front line. Knights of the Realm going to be hammering into the zombie pirate deckhand mobs. Nice little shot right there. Down they go. 113, taking a bit of burst damage. Nothing terrible though. And here in the center, we have the Fey Enchantress and her 2 paladins going to be helping to grind through those zombies. And now the knights are also going to be charging in here, getting on the bomb. So Bretonnia with a really nice collapse. You'll notice how they used their knights in the front line instead of trying to go around where the halberds are. So now the halberds are going to move forward and the knights can pull back and then pressure the back line. That's, if you're still watching, the gentleman who played Bretonnia earlier, that's exactly what I was talking about. So here the Bretonnian Knights, cleaving the summons, may be able to save the archers. The Holy Wardens are battling a giant rotting Leviathan, and now the trap is sprung. The scurvy dogs from outer region are being brought from their den, and I'm starting to think it was intentional that he left them there. Because now, you know, the Knights are more busy with other things, so they might not be as adroit at dealing with those guys. Knights Errant pull back, but do charge in once again to the rotting Leviathans here, or Prometheans, excuse me. Not going to do too much damage. Knights Errant have pretty bad AP and are meant against infantry, so not going to be great against monsters. But now the scurvy dogs come, but nice reaction here from Dactyr. He gets his Knights of the Realm, he pulls them out of the frontline fight, and he intercepts the scurvy dogs. Very, very good play right there. And now he basically just needs to do the same thing here. Use these Knights of the Realm once the zombies are gone, and use them to peel the scurvy dogs. And I really think that Dactyr will be on his way to potentially winning this game here. So we'll see how it goes. So Fey Enchantress and the Knights are able to intercept the scurvy doggos. Brutal play here. That means that the peasant archers are only going to be able to be shut down by the mortars and or nocturals, which may be enough. But yeah, that takes a lot of pressure off the backline of Bretonnia and also keeps a lot of their archers from being chased off the battlefield. Over here we have Spearmen and Battle Pilgrims cleaning up these guys. We have some Knights Errant who definitely want to try and get on that mortar right there. Oh, that's juicy. The mortar's actually open. And the halberds are very slow. They might not be able to get back there in time. So if this mortar actually pushes around, could shut them down. Now back here in the main fight, you can see the crab is being swarmed by the double paladins, and though they lack AP, they still do have anti-large and, you know, weight of fire type thing with their amount of attacks, and the dual models there can potentially bring it down. We have some peasants pushing in, and it looks like maybe a chalice of potions being used there. No, it looks like it was casted for a second, perhaps. And the Bretonnian Knights being used in the front, very, very strong. Those Knights Errant, though, did not go around the back. It looks like they were hammering through the infantry, but yeah, pushing them around and shutting down this mortar here would be very, very strong. So currently, Dactyr is fighting for the honor of Adam Shadow here. You know, if Dactyr is able to win this, he'll save Adam and potentially give himself a chance to pull ahead here. The crab gets an isolation on the paladin. Got to be careful with those paladins. They're not the tankiest of lads. I mean, they're not squishy either, but I definitely want to get him back and get some healing with the Fey Enchantress, who I would imagine is banking some Winds of Magic for some Earthbloods. Chalice of Potions does go down, but Outer Region is able to very skillfully dodge that. Now the Bombers are back online, which pretty much is going to spell doom, I would imagine, for this pocket. Granted, some of the Holy Wardens have actually gotten into combat with them, so the Holy Wardens might be able to chase them down. Yeah, the Paladins, how are they doing? I mean, we got Peasant Archers coming back online, which is good. It's pretty impactful. We have some Knights of the Realm there that did chase off all the scurvy dogs. The Mortars 100% need to be shut down here. That Mortar is just causing so many problems. A little bit risky sending the Paladin back here. Gunnery White is not bad in combat. Could probably fight that Paladin. But the Paladin is going for the Mortar, trying to shut it down. And yeah, I think just use your Knights. There's no way Vampire Coast with their limited mobility and unit count could defend these Knights in the back line. So maybe Ramrod up and through these Bombers and then go and try and shut down that Mortar. Although, I mean, it's still firing. It's probably in guard mode. And we could see a similar fate. You know, if we see Dactyr let his Paladins get killed by the crabs, like when they have the mobile advantage, they don't need to. I mean, that could be a repeat of last game. You need these Paladins in the fourth quarter, especially with Fey Enchantress healing. So we'll see if Dactyr can get away here. I mean, he does take out 2 Mortars, so it's certainly not bad. Like, the Paladin, he is, in a way, paid for himself here in this engagement, but he's not going to win against Lamprey's Revenge here. He's just way too beat up, especially with a Gunnery White nearby who could get embroiled in combat. Currently, Balance of Power is actually very Vampire Coast favored. I guess the big monsters are certainly very tough to bring down. You need to get those Paladins busy, but yeah, losing the Paladin here is ebbing the Balance of Power away from Bretonnia, which is a shame. And here we have the Zombie Pirate Gunnery mobs getting worn down. Knights Errant are still healthy, Paladin's still healthy, Fey Enchantress still lurking nearby, draining down the polearms here. That Crabbo is definitely going to be a pain in the butt to get rid of, and the Paladin is broken once again. Big misplay. Like, that Paladin would have been so useful to have here, like just keeping it in a safe position near the Fey Enchantress. Because now, you know, the Vampire Coast can just defend this position so happily. And the Crab can also probably win the front since there's not another Paladin to help out here. I mean, 2 Paladins could probably bring this Crab down, or at least wear it down and threaten it. Knights Errant going to be charging through. Could go get on these Bombers here. Some of them are getting blasted by Count Noctilus on the approach. They're wavering to leadership. At the very least, though, they do bait out a zombie summon. There's no Gotrek in this build either, is there? No, I don't think so. So it's a Gotrek-less build here for the Bretonians. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So the big Crabbo, probably going to be able to win this. I don't see any way for Bretonia to come back here at this point. I just think the Crab and the Colossus and the fact that he has extra powder and Octolus still has full ammo. Really good usage of the Gunnery White. Outer Region playing a solid game. I actually thought he was in trouble at some points. It seemed like Dactyr was doing a really good job of hammering through, but you know, he remained calm and was able to stabilize his back line. Well played, man. The Holy Wardens are Jedis from the 12th century. Yeah, a little bit, aren't they? A little bit. All right, so that's going to be a victory for Outer Region. He just needs one more to claim the true King of the Hill throne today from Adam Shadow, so they're currently tied. Next up on our list, we have Maple. The Maple Man himself coming. Some syrup, perhaps. I think it's Maple Killer. All right, very good. Let's see who won the Younglings tournament so we can give him a shout out here today. So I'm going to go look at the upcoming tournament, see if the results are here. So the Youngling tournament has... Oh, they're in the finals. It's Krakenmeister versus the Bear. Oh, this is good. The Hetero Bear. Darth Pendragon. Having a good run as well. And Lags, 5,000. Very good stuff, guys. Well played to all of you. I'll keep the Younglings tournament here. It's a hard knock life for Bretonia. Yeah, for sure. Maple Killer's here. Let's do Marbad's Tomb. It's a weird map, but it's kind of fun, actually. Yeah, let's try this. Try something a little different. This battle could have been one from, like, turn 10 of a campaign, too. Yeah, the armies. Dactyr, you played a good game, dude. The big misplay was letting your Paladin get killed at the end on the Mortar. Like, the Mortar wasn't that big of a threat to you anymore. You needed to keep your Paladins with the Fey Enchantress and just, like, grind them down and use heals to keep those Paladins healthy. Yeah, Bretonia's having a rough day. They're a hard faction, I'm telling you, and Vampire Coast has the advantage, so... Yeah. All right. So banning Empire. So Beastmen, Vampires, and Empire, and then we got Skaven picked here from Maple Killer. Yeah, they're seeing the map right now, so they're having to, like, decide. It's a different map, for sure. It's a Warhammer 1 multiplayer map. I wouldn't say it's the best one, but it has some interesting, you know, business going on here. The Younglings tournament is not casted, although if they want me to, I will happily cast Youngling tournaments in the future. Like I would cast like the top 4. You know, the folks who get to the top 4, I could cast it. Yeah, well, I think we should do that. That'd be fun, actually. It's a hard knock life, man. For this map, Outer Region's going Beastmen against Skaven. Ooh, buddy. It's going to be a scrap. It's going to be a scrap indeed. All right, I'm going to sit back for a second, guys. Do some stretches. Oh, man. It is quite hot in here. Granted, I like it that way, but get really sweaty. Really grimy, as they say. Yeah, this map has, like, some weird choke points. It's a really fun map, though. Rip Marbad. That's funny. Oh yeah, there we go. Can you play in a tournament if you have only Warhammer 2? Yes, you can. Mr. Plesko. You can, 100%, yeah. Like, you just can't play certain factions that you don't have access to, but your opponents can play them, and you can play what you have. Yeah. It's a good Beastmen map, but it's also good for Skaven, because Skaven can, like, hide in corners and use the rocks to deny flanks. Yeah. Yeah, Dactyr, I think if you had mixed Gotrek in your army too, you would have been in much better shape. Although double Paladin's really strong too. Yeah, it's hard to say, man. Yeah, Questing Knights are better against Crabs. Yeah. A Beastmen mirror match? Yeah. I mean, technically, yeah, I suppose they're both kind of beast-like creatures. Rats and Beastmen. Almost took a Questing Knight or two, yeah. It was good. It was well played, Dactyr. You played well, man. Sitting on a pack of frozen peas. IRL Doom guy. Sounds like good content for newbies like me to watch. Yeah, we could do that. I would happily. You know, it's really funny. A lot of the people who play in the beginners tournaments are actually really good. Like, they can take games off good people. Yeah. Live stretching commentary, I know. My old bones ache. You know, we got to switch up the maps. Try something a little bit different every now and then. Unless we get set in our ways. So yeah, we have Maple here, and then we have Valkanos, if he's available. And Big Baff. Let me go and check and see if they're still around. Big Baff is hanging around. He's good. He's ready to go. Looks like Beastmen are ready. It's certainly going to be a very aggressive build with a lot of Ungor Raiders, I would imagine. Yeah, Empire and Bretonnia are hard to play. Empire is stronger than Bretonnia for sure. But, you know, Bretonnia still has some teeth. You just got to be in the Discord, Dalton, and then you just can sign up for the tournament using Challenge. We have links to it. It's very straightforward, as long as you're in the Discord community, which we'll be dropping links for. Yeah, I will. I love playing Empire. I'm not the best at them, but they're one of my favorite factions to play. I love playing Empire campaigns, although Volkmar the Grim is very crappy in campaign, I've learned. In my head-to-head with Sotek, oh my god, he sucks. Just like buffing Flagellants, like, oh my god. I mean, against AI, sure, it's not bad, but compared to like Franz or these other characters. Marbad was a loser noob, says Wicked. I didn't even know who Marbad was. It looks like he was quite the evil dude. I mean, he literally has like a giant skull here. Can you get in through there? Is there like a cave? It looks like it's fully sealed off here. Many people would probably consider Bretonnia to have the most bad matchups, therefore making them one of the weaker factions. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure some lore master could answer that question. All right, so for the Beastmen, pretty standard stuff. This is like the most Beastmen meta ever. You basically just get a ton of Ungor Spears, back them up with Spawn and Minotaurs, and just aim move towards your opponent. It's very strong. It's got a Brave Shaman of Cygor summoning, and it looks like Morker the Chaos Spawn Summoner. And 2 groups of Ungor Raiders to give him some firepower against Rat Ogres, and that's it. This is it's like Beastmen 101 right here. Yeah. You know, I'm not a huge fan of modded gameplay. Yeah. Like, I understand why people like SFO and those other mods, and I'm sure they're well done, but I just don't enjoy modded gameplay. Like, yeah. Sigmar's father friend, I believe. Oh, all right. Interesting. And now for the forces of Skaven, they got some nice chaff in the front. Skaven slaves backed up by clan rats, rat ogres, and it looks like a plague priest, Ikit Claw, Eshin Triads, a couple skirmishers, including Natty Bubo sharpshooters, actually, and a Helpit Abomination. It's a good build. There's only one thing he has to protect. He can sit it like right back here in this caddy, and then he could just like absorb the Beastmen charge. This is actually quite a good anti-rush build. He doesn't have like a squishy lord. He has Ikit Claw. You know, he's got an AoE Mortis engine to kill all the chaff units, and plenty of cheap spears to fight the Helpits, and not Helpits, to fight the Chaos Spawn and things like that. I know. In my head-to-head with Lore Master of Sotek, like, he's playing Vlad, and I think Vlad is actually one of the most powerful lords in campaign. He's insane. He starts with like 2 heroes, a second legendary lord. So he's like doing his quest battles like all happily. And then for me to actually do one of my quest battles for Volkmar, I have to sack Kislev. Like, one of the worst things to do. Like, causing war with a nearby ally. It's just like so dumb. Oh my god. But I'm still enjoying the campaign. It's really fun. How much campaign should I play before you do multiplayer? Honestly, I didn't do any. When the game 1 came out, I just went straight into multiplayer. But that's just me. But yeah, play some campaign. It's fun, man. I would recommend, you know, pick a faction you look interested in, and you'll learn about some units and what they do. Yeah. So the Jezzails are shooting downtown. They appear to be going after spawn. We will see. And now we have the Plague Priest kind of hanging out in the back. Sorry, I'm just listening to make sure Lady Turin doesn't fall over on her crutches before I continue commentary. All right, she's good. Yeah, she broke her foot, unfortunately. But here the spawn and the Beastmen do engage in the front line. Skaven slaves are going to be taking quite a bit of damage, but you can see even them, they're getting some good poke back against these. And Ikit Claw is having a field day in the back line, wrecking some Ungor Spearman herds, and now he shall be surging into the archer line. Helpit Abomination going to be moving in to attack some of the spawn, but will be rapidly surrounded because all these Skaven support nearby will break, and spawn are here as well. Oh no, is he going to see this? Outer region gets the Warhounds and gets on the Jezzails. Oh, they were in such a good defensible position. The Rat Ogres could have been standing right on top of them and saved them, but now the Jezzails are gone. Those things are 100% dead. And it looks like the Beastmen have also, you know, kind of circumvented the Helpit Abomination. I feel like this is going to be a very quick one for the Beastmen, especially losing that character there. That is very, very painful. LSC4, just wait until Kislev gets wiped out in my campaign. You see, the thing doesn't work like that because I'm playing head-to-head against Sotek, and he's attacking me very quickly, so I need it quick, right? I can't afford to wait for Kislev to go down. So the rats are still fighting here, but Ikit Claw is kind of surrounded by the Butchers of Kalkengard and a bunch of spawn and Morker, so he's probably going to die. The Helpit Abomination, though it is decent against spawn, is taking Ungor Raider fire in the back, and it's also being beaten down by a ton of Chaos Spawn. And yeah, shot by 2 Raiders. This is just a disaster for the Skaven. Seems like the build more or less is falling apart. And yeah, there you go, Sweet Skaven. I just don't see them having any chance of winning this game at this point. This build, if you're going to play against Beastmen with Skaven, you need to just kind of forego the ranged assets and just get like Hellpit Abomination, a Plague Furnace, a Doomwheel, Council Guard, Eshin Triads. You need like in the Plague Pack, and you sit in a blob. You have to play a blob game against Beastmen, and Skaven can win that. I've actually won it in many tournaments against Skaven. But yeah, this build was pretty picked apart here by the Beastmen. Nasty stuff. I mean, Ikit will run for a period of time. I mean, if we look at valuable assets, yeah, Plague Monks, those are summons, they're being chased off. The Doomwheel's trying its best. The big old bell is being hunted by an angry horde of beasts, to say the least. And Outer Region is a Beastman main, I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's really, really good at Beastmen, so. Rip Jazales. Jack McCormick, how you doing, man? This is a quick one, yeah, but Beastmen battles often are. And this had nothing to do with the map, really. It just was the Beastmen onslaught against a Skaven battle line that I suppose wasn't well prepared. You know, I thought his build was okay, though. Like, Maple Killer's build was in the right direction. He had Ikit, he had a Plague Furnace, he needed to stay closer together and force him into a blob fight. And then he also really needed the Council Guard. Council Guard are so good. They're unbreakable, armor-piercing, anti-large against the spawn. And they give Guardian to your characters, which make them really good in the grind. Yeah. Yep. And that looks to be it. The rats are crumped here. Well played to Maple. He tried his best, but Outer Region and his Bray herd was able to claim victory. That's a hard one. It's hard for Skaven, I think. I think Beastmen have a good matchup there, like a solid matchup. So with that, Outer Region claims the throne. He just needs to keep going strong. And now he's against Valkanos. Valkanos, we summon thee. Sound like a Greek god, your name. The doggo's got the biscuit. Yes. And now it is time for Valkanos to ascend and battle the mighty Outer Region. We'll open a spot here, and we can do Alpine Ridge. So Valkanos, if you're here, go ahead and join up. All right, everything is good. Maple, I don't know if he's typing something to his opponent, maybe chatting. Valkanos is next. I think Maple might have gone AFK. Okay, well, we'll just... No hard feelings here, bud. Just trying to make room for the next players. I don't know if he was typing something, so I gave it a second, but it didn't look like it. Yes, I can hear the trundling. Because trundling actually to trundle is to like move and make noise. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so Beastmen, Vampires, and Empire. It looks like Valkanos wants to play some Tomb Kings. Cascade of Souls can be quite nasty here. So we got two more players. So here's how it works. If Outer Region beats Valkanos and Big Bath, then he wins the King of the Hill. But if one of those players then defeats him, they're allowed to play until they lose against people on the reserve list. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. What's the longest win? We've seen like 10, 11, 12 wins before. Kings had like 10 or 11. Falcon, Aerocrastic, all those guys have had quite a bit. Lady Turin is here. She says, but it's okay. All he cares about is Sigmar, not deceitful wenches. What is happening in chat? I look away for 1 second. I think there's... 1 sec, guys. Oh, Anna, if you're watching the stream right now, darling, one of the squirrels is feasting back there. If you're looking to hang out with the squirrels. We have like a squirrel feeder thing in the back where the squirrels hang out. And Lady Turin has tamed them all. So, Outer Region going Empire, and so Empire versus High Elves again. We saw this matchup earlier, so we'll see what Valkanos does differently compared to King of the Dead. And we'll get it going. Let me look again, hold on. Yeah. Darling, the squirrel is there. It might be him too. Yeah, we'll see. So Sigmar against the High Elves once again. So before we saw Outer Region come in with double Outrider, Franz, Hammer the Witches, which won't be as good here because of the map. The map does have a giant like hill in the center, like an Alpine Ridge. So it's going to probably encourage more mortar play or more aggressive play We'll see. Yeah. Go cast Charm Small Animal Druid Magic. I know, she will. Anna had one of the squirrels eating out of her hand, actually. Yeah. Are squirrels part of the Beastmen or Skaven roster? 100% Skaven. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. They're like elite Skaven. Well, they're bigger than rats. Yeah. But yeah, she had one of the squirrels eating out of her hand. It was pretty insane. And it was totally chill. It even like let her pet it a little bit. With the critter food. Ruherger Sturm says, I used to have a friendly squirrel that would hang out with us at our old paintball field. That's cool, man. He's just chilling, watching you guys go to battle. War wagons against tiles? Maybe. I mean, yeah, I mean, stranger things have happened. I can see a war wagon being kind of useful here. I actually like war wagons. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, Lady Turin would be a wood elf for sure. A vengeful protector of nature. So the Black Willow to participate in the tournaments, it's open signups. You just got to be in the Discord channel when I announce it, and that's it. A girl once trained squirrels to attack her ex-boyfriend. Where did that happen? Is that real? Okay, so Darkoman, the rats that we have living near us aren't that big, but if you're talking like New York City or like rats from the big city, yeah, those rats are ginormous. I'm talking the rats that live near us. They're not as big as the squirrels. We've seen them side by side. All right, guys, the battle's underway. So the build pretty much identical here from Outer Region, but the only change he made was mortars. So he got 2 mortars instead of cannons because of the hill. Warrior Priest, Jade Wizard, Franz, to be expected. Outriders again, very, very solid. Yeah, it's a great little build. I dig it. I think it's fun. The Warrior Priest hiding in the shadows back there. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the build of Valkanos. Very different. He's got Teclis on a bird. He's got a Noble on horseback to help duel the large threats. 1 bolt thrower here and a bunch of rangers and spearmen, actually. So a pretty kind of low-cost, high-elf front line with archer support and 2 silver helms. So very different than King's Army. But, you know, similar in some respects. He's got bird Teclis and a bolt thrower. But, yeah, I do like the rangers. Rangers will be quite good against state troopers. And, you know, baseline archers can do the trick. They're quite good. Turin, I live in London, and even those ones can get pretty big. Yeah? We do have a small Skaven clan, like, living near us. Yeah, we see them in our backyard all the time. I mean, I live in Los Angeles, so it's to be expected. Squirrels are 1/1s, which makes them as deadliest. I know, that makes me laugh so hard, Kevin. Like, in Magic the Gathering, like, okay, I was playing yesterday on stream, and there's a card in my deck called the Whisper Squad. So it's this warrior with, like, a gas mask on and, like, a giant halberd, just super, like, intense. And he's a 1/1. And then you go and, like, find, like, you know, a chittering squirrel, and it's, like, a 1/1 also. Like, this tiny little squirrel, right? It's, like, it's so funny in Magic how that works. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing it. New York City rats are gigantic, often human-sized and walking upright. Yeah, New York City rats. My dad lives in New York. He lives in Manhattan, so I've seen some ginormous rats in New York City, having visited. Yeah, I don't fear many things, but a 7/7 squirrel with trample, onslaught, first strike, they frighten me. Yeah. So here Franz flies. The mortars are certainly going to be really good here. Just park the mortars kind of down here and shoot them up and over at the archer lines. That's going to really force the issue here because the High Elves won't be able to get as good of an arc of fire with their bolt thrower. So really good map awareness here from Outer Region, currently on quite a tear. But the mortars are advancing and preparing to shoot at the High Elf forces. Should be in range here in a quick moment. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. No, I have not played Warhammer Underworld. No, I haven't. If that's Age of Sigmar, I'm not terribly interested in Age of Sigmar stuff. I just can't bring myself to do it. I mean, I would probably play Age of Sigmar tabletop at some point and just use my Empire army, you know? Just be like, this is Franz, but I'm going to be using the Cities of Sigmar rules, right? That'd be the only way. Anyways, the mortars are now shooting down, going after the archers, I would imagine, and getting some good old damage. Sigmar's engineering at its finest, blasting into these guys, missing, of course, with all but 1 shot, it looks like. And now here comes the High Elves, knowing they have to advance. Pretty good range on their archers, though. Like, even if the archers park on the high ground, they should be able to range the mortars. And the High Elves do seem to have a pretty good front line. I mean, Sigmar Sons are strong, but Spearmen with shields will lose to Rangers. I'm fairly certain. Yeah, mortars still raining some hot fire. Man, mortars are so nasty against tightly bunched archers. Yeah, look at these archers just getting pounded. Oof, that's painful. Bird Teclis also, you know, he can't beat Franz one-on-one, I don't think. I mean, maybe he could with all of his magic used. Franz is going in deep, though. This is really risky here from Outer Region. Yeah, he pops Foe Seeker. Actually, oh, that was good, because it kind of forced the High Elves back for a moment, a little bit of a panic situation. And then it bought more time for the mortars to keep shooting, which is like, the longer these mortars shoot, the less of a chance the High Elves are going to have to win this game. Like, the High Elves need to press the issue. Like, shooting, shielded state troopers isn't going to be saving them. It looks like, yeah, they're trying to shoot Franz, but Franz can juke back and forth. And he does also have the Jade Wizard to drop some heals. Yeah, so Samuel Christensen, here's the thing. I don't like the lore in Age of Sigmar, but I think the gameplay for Age of Sigmar is very good. I think it's a good game. I think that when you're playing Age of Sigmar, it's fluid, it's fast, it's fun. I played a couple tabletop games against Sotek using my Empire army, or using the Cities of Sigmar and just playing them as Empire, basically. And I really enjoyed the gameplay. I just don't enjoy the lore that much. But, I mean, since Old World is coming back eventually anyways, like, I have it all cut out for me, which is cool. So the archers are really getting pounded by the mortars, and the state troopers are being shot, but they're all shielded, and more or less have pretty good shields. Yeah, bronze shields, I guess, but yeah, they're cheap, so it's a good target for the Empire. The Empire wants their state troopers to take that kind of archer fire, The mortars are doing very well, and if Bird Teclis comes over the hill, he gets shot by Outriders. And so far, both players have revealed their cav. The Silverhelms staring down against the Griffites and Empire Knights, which of course are backed up by a Warrior Priest, which means that the glorious Sons of Sigmar probably would win that duel there, so we'll see how that goes. We will see how that goes. Man, I'm so excited for 9th edition 40k, though. I'm so hyped. The new Death Guard rules are going to be revealed in their entirety tomorrow. I'm so excited. Yeah. Andrew Henderson. Grumbling noisily while building a storm. Hey, and to each their own. Like, I don't care if people enjoy it. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Stormcast Eternals, I think Italian Spartacus has some of those that he was building. Can't quite remember. Silver Helms are going to be rearing up on the hill here, getting ready to party. The Warrior Priest and the Royal Altdorf Griffites going to be trying to bait an engagement, which would be horrible for the High Elves. They do not want to take this fight. Oh man, this is not good. Oh god, a whole flanking charge. The Griffites come in, and a couple Silver Helms will most certainly be dragged down there on impact. You can see a couple going down. And now we have the heir of Sigmar here, Reichel Runefang and Galmaraz, going fisticuffs here with Teclis up in the sky. Archer support on the ground, but Bird Teclis does not want this fight while Franz is super sauced up, and it looks like his debuffs have just now worn down. And here you can see the Silver Helms are going to be retreating, getting pushed back. Warrior Priest buffs, of course, potentially active, but it doesn't look like he's needed to do them. Now the Empire Knights are going to be storming into the Rangers. The High Elf Rangers are going to get hunted across the hill. And they're pretty much the ideal target for like these type of units. Currently, the High Elves are falling behind on the bounce of power. Karl Franz able to win his duel against Teclis, and the mortars are generating really, really solid value. And of course, losing a Silver Helm, and the other ones are probably going to follow in suit relatively soon, is going to be tricky. However, the High Elves have broken through the front line. And, if the High Elves can win the front line engagement, it certainly will put a lot of pressure on the mortar teams in the back. But it's just a matter of, like, stopping this glorious Sigmar hammer here. We have the Empire Knights and the Griffites who are just running amok amongst these forces, just shrekking the Rangers and now pushing up into the high ground. Franz has landed, going for a duel with Teclis. Potion of Croy going to make him have, like, 60-something ward save, which is absurd. He's going to barely take any damage. And Enfeebling Foe, so really good play there by Valkanos. Actually nerfing Franz right as he decides to come in. And a good rear charge as well is going to break the Empire Spearman, leaving Franz kind of surrounded. Really good retort there by Valkanos. The Spearmen are broken. Franz is now locked in combat with Teclis with no support. Franz definitely needs his men to prosper. The Empire does not stand by itself. So we will see. And here comes the Warrior Priest and the Royal Altdorf Griffites coming to the aid of their Emperor here on the high ground. Griffites will be able to make relatively quick work of the Silver Helms, and of course Terror Routes are a thing. Both mortars are still shooting, and you can see the High Elf Archer line has really paid the troll toll. I mean, I think they have a couple archers still fighting. In the back, we have Spearmen against Rangers, and Rangers proving to be, like, such a good unit in today's King of the Hill. Yeah, such a good unit. So I see a comment in chat. Yeah, something I don't like about Age of Sigmar are double turns. I think it's really stupid. That's, like, my biggest gripe with Age of Sigmar gameplay. The double turns is just, oh, God. It's such an unfun experience to just have, like, your army just get wiped because your opponent gets, like, 2 turns against you, and you just can't fight back. And yes, Franz continuing to do battle. It looks like Reichel and Runefang and Galmaraz popped. This could be a way for the High Elves back in the game. I mean, a lot of their troops are sitting in sustained combat against spears, which isn't super effective, but I don't know, Franz with the Terror Routes might be able to actually carry this. And these are basic Spearmen. They're not like Silver and Guard. On the far side, Spearmen are being cut up by the Rangers, and the Outriders, I'm not sure what they're shooting at. Looks like they're maybe shooting at some Rangers, which I suppose isn't a bad play. Will the Empire be able to win this? Empire Knights are actually getting broken. Griffites are down to 18 models, a little bit beat up here, but Bird Teclis is really taking quite a hammering, and he is going to be forced back here, but that actually ended up being a pretty good trade for Valkanos. A lot of the Empire stuff, State Troopers and the Empire Knights, were very beat up fighting in long-term combat, but yeah, I think Franz and the Warrior Priest might be able to just carry this here. with the Soulfire bombardments and the buffs and things like that. Now, oh, this isn't good for Bird Techless. Outriders are going to be able to shoot him. Mortars are still going quite happily. High Elves do have some archers in the back that may be able to come back and make a difference, but Bird Techless, where is he going to go? Is he going to goon the caster? I'm not sure. It looks like he's flying over here to maybe help out the Rangers, but Franz is hot in pursuit. Hot in pursuit. We will see. And here comes the mighty Franz, man. Netted down by Techless. Techless going in after the mortars might be a little too late, as the archer line is pretty much completely decimated already. And here we have the Warrior Priest and the Griffites still fighting. I'm surprised the Griffites have stayed in combat so long. I guess it's against Silverhelms as well as a Noble, but yeah, there's Spears, there's Rangers. It's a little bit of a rough fight for those guys. And Techless is able to actually push off those mortars, so well played there, man. Well played. Yeah, that was solid stuff. But the Outriders are going to keep hunting him down, and it seems like, even though the Empire is pretty far ahead in the balance of power, it seems like, the House still have a fair amount of stuff, but I guess it's just 1 or 2 Franz beatings away from, like, a mass terror route or something, right? Techless here at 1400 HP. Franz is continuing to swing on him, doing about 400 damage there, so just showing how powerful that damage mitigation is on Techless from the 490 weapon strength. And 1000 HP, 21 leadership, the Duel of Duels. But the Outriders are still alive, the Mortars are okay. The Griffites, I think, are still going strong and have actually isolated the Noble on horseback, who is a large threat. But man, the Bolt Throwers are teeing off on these Griffins. Yeah, look at them, man. Negative 22. Noble might be able to win that. Like, I feel like it's not as bad as it looks, but I guess, yeah. Franz is still, like, full health. There's a fair amount of Spearmen in the back. And Outriders, too, and a Caster. Okay. It's all coming together now. Techless up in the sky, though, man, just a super tank. Even though we can't, like, out-damage Franz, he's still able to really take that beating like a champion. But the High Elves actually, with some good plays in the back, able to take out the very expensive Griffites. The Bolt Thrower may finally be shut down here by some Empire Knights. Looks like a handful of them, 18, of some brave knightly order charging into the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. Valkanos played a really good game. It was a good game. But Outer Region will claim victory once again. Warhawk, you're watching this with the Rome music playing in the background. That's pretty sweet. Yeah. All right. So Outer Region will go up to 5. What a solid run today. And now there's one man left to challenge him, the Big Baff. Now, if Big Baff wins, then he can play till he loses. But if Big Baff loses, then Outer Region wins the King of the Hill stream. All right, so let me go ahead and update this. It's been a while since we've updated this, so the current king is going to be Outer Region with 5. Nice run today. Nice run indeed. You running, bird boy? Yeah. Karl Franz is quite scary. Very well played indeed, my friend. And the Big Baff is here. What kind of a foe will he be? Let's do the Glacial Lake. I love that map. I don't know why. It brings back memories of Warhammer 1 for me and just fills me with joy. And the Glacial Lake is right here. Cool. An FFA to end the stream? We could do that, maybe. I don't know. I was thinking maybe I could just play him for fun. Just be the final boss fight or something. Valkanos is saying something? Oh, let's see. No. You got to play your best. No throwing games, Valkanos. Or Outer Region. No throwing games. Are there any rules in multiplayer like you just have to rush the middle of the map? You can backpedal if you're attacking with like skirmish cav and like archers and things like that. Yeah. There are engagement rules though in tournaments. Not in quick battles, but yeah. In tournaments and community games, we have rules that we play under. King's Cup, banner rules. I'm pretty sure the Korean circuit has its own rules. So yeah. So you do have to be like advancing on your opponent or attacking with like a ranged unit, artillery piece, you name it. Mark Rover, yeah, Empire's really good, but I mean, they certainly have their weaknesses, you know? They're not really like the best at anything per se. Like their troopers are okay, their cav is pretty, their Demograph Knights are probably top tier in their department. One sec, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. It's my middle name, Winky Pinky. Turin is my middle name. It comes from Italian descent. Turin, in your opinion, how did the match go? Any tips? Falconos, let me think. Yeah, the mortar, probably the biggest thing that went wrong for you, Falconos, was your cav. Your silver helms got super suboptimal engagements, like super suboptimal. You basically had them both just kind of dumpstered for free. Not for free, but aside from that, like maybe advancing a little bit quicker with your archer lines. And like just press the tempo a little bit faster, like try and take that high ground position. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I'd have to watch it back. But you played well, man. I mean, Outer Region's a very good player who often plays in tournaments, and you did a very good job. But the Silver Helms getting caught in the corner was really bad. Because like I think if you had used the Silver Helms like in your main lines, so you charge the Silver Helms into his state troops, like Sigmar Sons, those other units, you pull back, and when he commits his cav somewhere else, you can then take your Silver Helms and just continue to cycle charge and, avoid his cav and just kind of screen them out. Yeah. No, it's Glacial Lake. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, Ryan, it's just my middle name, dude. I know I'm not very creative. Who's the Big Baff? The mighty Big Baff. Yeah, he's coming for blood. He's got the Lizard Men against Vampire Coast, the Battle of the Lizard Trinkets. Yeah, I know. A lot of people think it's from Silmarillion and the kind of a Tolkien mythos, yeah. Yeah, Winky Pinky, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm Italian and Irish mostly. My ancestry. All right, they're ready. So here we are. If this one is won, so if this one is won by the Outer Region, then he basically wins the stream, and we won't advance onto the reserve list, and then I will play him. I'll just do the final boss challenge, and then. But if he loses and Big Baff wins, then Big Baff can play people on the reserve list until he loses to try and get the King of the Hill position. Any tips for jumping into quick battles? I only played single player at Legendary with... That's good, man. I can do Legendary campaign easily, but multiplayer seems so different. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so I would honestly recommend joining our Discord community and practicing with people in there. We have a very active community of people who are trying to learn the game and who are in the same stage as you are, and it's a really, really good place. Yeah. Yeah. Turin does sound like a knight's name, yeah. It does. It's pretty epic for sure. Turin. Yeah, Turin. It's like it's kind of like it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. And now, my friends, we are here. It's going to be the Outer Region with Luther Harkin coming for them sweet lizard trinkets, facing off against the Dinos, who appear to be lagging a little bit. Should subside as we load in. Let me just make sure we don't have more people here. The final boss challenge will be after this. If Outer Region does win, I'll face him. With the faction that you guys want to see, we'll figure it out. I'm like kind of a jack of all trades in competitive. Like, I can compete okay with almost every faction except Wood Elves, Dark Elves, and High Elves. So I'm decent at everyone that isn't an elf, basically. I'm okay with High Elves. Not terrible. Yeah. Brian Chaney, yeah, dude, you missed a couple Beastmen games. Yeah, we've had 2 on stream. I think the most recent one was a Beastmen game 2, or the one before it. No, the one before it. So 2 games ago was Beastmen. Let me get my headphones ready, guys. Anna's doing some stuff in the kitchen, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It just distracts me.
I'm sorry that I'm trying to do the dishes. This is part of my broken food.
She's yelling. All right. All right, and we're good. I might be a little bit louder now since I can't really hear myself. And let's go ahead and take a look at this Vampire Coast army in the front line. It's going to be Zombie Pirate Deckhand mobs and 3 bombers as well. And in the deep set formation, he does also have handguns, which is good. Bombers are incredibly useful at fending off Saurus and skink rushes. And handguns, of course, pretty self-explanatory. Armor-piercing powder shots against the big dinos. Carronade, and Carronade. Triple cannon, really going very, very heavy duty into sniping monsters. Now, if Big Baff, for example, had gone super wide, the triple cannons would be very weak. But based on the build I'm seeing here, I think the triple cannons will be extremely dominant. And I think that outer region will have a decent matchup here, so... yeah. You guys want to see... We haven't seen dwarves in a long time. God, this is... Oh, this is so painful! Big Maps, Ancient Salamander is getting shreked! Oh, is he going to be using a regrowth already? It looks like it. Luther Harkin does take a bit of salamander damage, and... Okay, regrowth going down, overcasted, which will heal this thing back up to, like, full health, which, of course, is very, very strong. And here comes the skinks, who will get wrecked horribly by the bombers if the bombers are used effectively. Luther Harkin kind of getting peppered, though. A little bit of a misplay there from outer region, letting him take that kind of damage. But here comes the bomber mobs, and you'll see the skinks should take some heavy, heavy damage as the bombers are given their attack orders. So we will see how that's going. And Luther Harkin flying overhead. I think he's going to be coming over here to go after the Sara Scar veteran, perhaps. But it looks like the Scar vet is being taken out by a lot of powder, so the zombie pirate gunnery mob's really peppering into that guy. But now comes the cab pressure. He only has so much backline defense, so, you know, the Cold Wind Riders could go into the handgun mobs or try and shut down the carronade. But the carronade is defended here, which is going to do it. Abba and Preach, thank you! And I did. Abba, I was actually the last person to do them. We're taking our shifts. So don't you worry, I carry my load despite having my crippled hands. Thank you so much, Abba and Preach, again, for this donation and the one earlier. Yeah. Man, the cannons are just punishing this Lizardmen army, though. The Scar Veteran is already pretty much down for the count. Ancient Salamander still shooting, and in the back, these Cold Wind Riders are hornswaggled, which means they're going to be obviously quite a bit weaker in combat, especially against anti-large halberds, which is not their strong suit. Banishment attempt going down from the Salon to try and shut down the carronades. Let me make sure the players don't have any questions. No, just saying ready. And good sportsmanship, always a solid thing to see. But yeah, we have a dinosaur kind of hold here. The Star Chamber Guardians with the Aura Pretzel are pushing through the zombie front line and are going to be making their way here to the bombers. So that's certainly quite good. And yeah, balance of power is certainly Vampire Coast favored. The cannons, 2, 3, yeah, all 3 cannons are still online. Luther Harkin is still alive, and Luther can manhandle the Scar Vet, especially with its health being that low. And man, the cannons are tearing into that veteran. That is brutal stuff. And I know, Wraith. That's actually a joke that Anna makes all the time. She's like, well, I have working hands and you have working feet, so let's work together and see what we can get done. So the Scar Veteran just getting blasted into the Age of Sigmar by those cannons. And now it's basically an Ancient Salamander against Luther. And, I mean, there are some Star Chamber Guardians here, but we still do also have the Lamprey's Revenge in the back, who are, like, perfect health. Going to be able to roadblock. And I would imagine there's a Vampire Caster somewhere. Yeah, where's this caster? Yeah, he has it here. Okay. So yeah, he could just drop zombie summons on the Star Chamber Guardians like all day. And from here, you probably just want to switch all your cannons onto the Ancient Salamander and get your Scurvy Dogs around the back of it, and then chase it off the battlefield when it does break. Yeah. Absolutely. And yes, thank you again, Abba and Preach, for the generous donation, and don't worry, I do my share. Salamander hunting packs are coming back. We got 9 models right here. We have 11 right here. Could make a bit of a difference if they return, but I don't think it's going to matter. A nice breath attack from Luther Harkin's Deathshriek Terrorgeist, able to take out about 10 models off those Star Chamber Guardians. And here Luther Harkin descends from the skies. Probably going to go finish off that Salamander. I don't know what the cannons are shooting. It looks like the cannons might actually be going after the Slon, and there's still so much stuff in reserve. The Lamprey's Revenge. Typically against Vampire Coast, you either go super wide with a ton of Saurus and Skinks, which pretty much counters the cannon play, or you can bring your 2 Ancient Stegodons to snipe their cannons with the Lore of Life Slon to out-sustain them. So there's a couple ways to go about that, but yeah. Well played. Well played. So I will battle the outer region now. Hey. GG. Outer. I will rehost. Join. All right, so let's go ahead and set up the nameplate. Outer Region is going to be our grand victor today, so let's hear a round of applause for Outer Region. He was able to sweep his last 6 games. Very, very solid run indeed. And now, as is the tradition, we either close out with the King of the Hill for 4 players, or in this case, we'll do a final boss fight. But he's already won, so it doesn't really matter. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, the build he brought was just not equipped to deal with the triple cannon. Like, it just wasn't. All right, we'll do a little Pillar of Bone action. So, all right, so let me go ahead and switch on over. We'll get the local recording so it doesn't show the... turn off the nameplates now. Yeah, it's fine. We could actually just leave them up there. Outer Region is won. He has won today, so... Don't be scared, dude. You beat King of the Dead. You've beaten a ton of good players. Like, you're totally fine. So what? So you can pick and double ban, or I can. Either way is fine. Applause, cheering sounds. Okay, so I will pick and ban. I will go. Ooh, we can play vampires. We already saw a ton of vampires on today's stream. Okay. Hold on one sec. I'm going to do a poll with you guys, so you guys can decide. Poll. Okay, what is that website called that does like the polls? Straw poll. Yes. So we're going to create this, and we'll let it go for a minute here. Dwarfs. Let me see what factions you guys would want to see. So you probably want to see dwarfs. I would imagine we can have, Chaos gets like no representation too. Chaos could be really fun. I actually enjoy playing Chaos a lot. Who else is janky? Bretonnia. Empire. I'm picking factions that we haven't seen today. So they might not be my best factions for like tournament play, so I might just get wrecked. But, well, Norska too could be fun. And who else? Yeah, we've seen vampires quite a bit today. I think that's fine. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, very cool. So create poll. Share. Copy link. All right, so I just dropped the poll. So I'll let that run for 1 minute, and then we'll decide from there. So no votes yet. You guys got to vote for it. Here, nice drop poll. There you go. Just dropped it a couple times. It's very close between dwarfs and chaos, so you guys get to choose. I'm not as fresh on dwarfs. Chaos I've been playing in tournaments quite a bit, so I'd probably put up a better fight with chaos, but it really depends on what you guys want. Okay, so we'll let it run for another 30 seconds or so. It's close. It's very, very close, guys. It looks like Chaos is going to win, though. Man, it is tight. This is a tight vote. Holy shit. All right. Yeah, it looks like Chaos has won, guys. The Dark Gods sing this day. You guys never get to see Chaos, though. Come on. Come on now. So yeah, currently right now, it's been about a minute. Chaos has 50 votes, Dwarves 41, Norska with 30. Chaos maintaining a decent lead, Dwarves creeping up, and Chaos continues to climb. Yeah, Chaos won. All right, guys. Chaos has won. It's been like a minute and a half. So I'm going to go Chaos. So Chaos, and I'm going to ban... Who do I not like playing as Chaos? I don't mind playing dwarves. Although gyrocopters are pretty nasty nowadays. I don't mind beastmen. I don't mind Bretonnia. Dark elves are fine. Empire is fine. Greenskins could be a little bit nasty for sure. With the rampages and stuff. I don't like playing wood elves. So, let's go ban... dwarfs and beastmen. I don't feel like it's chasing gyros around. But like, let's see if anything else. Vampire counts probably should be banned. What's bad? Counts. Counts and dwarfs. That's fine. Yeah, we can handle everything else. Skaven are a little bit tricky, so I'm gonna go chaos banning counts and dwarfs. We'll see how it goes. See what he picks. He can pick Beastman. He's really good at them, so. Top stream and casting Turin. Hey, thank you, man. Alex Campbell. Keeping it going for you. Yeah, Chaos was ahead by 10 votes after like a minute and a half, so. So we'll see what he picks. I'll get my screen blocker up. And we'll see if Haggard Chaos can pull out a victory here. Okay, so he's going to go Empire. Cool. I happen to have played this matchup recently, so I'm quite happy to do it. Very cool. We're on a smallish map. So I'm happy with this one. Get a couple of you guys. Get this guy going. Get you guys defending that. Man, what else did I bring in this build? There was like something I'm totally missing. Hey, I didn't deny the... You guys voted. Don't give me that about the dwarves. The grudge is going in the great book. You guys grudge yourselves. All right, hold on. So I'm trying to think. What was my build here that was like pretty decent? Yeah, I think we had some of you guys. Yeah, that looks about right. Ready! Let's get this party started. The Swords of Chaos. Yeah, Chaos is fun. I actually love playing Chaos. They're fun. Even though they are very outdated, but yeah. Sigvald needs his ego stroked. That's a Grojan. Yeah, if we have any mods left in chat, if you guys could drop a link to the Discord, that'd be greatly appreciated. And yeah, it's got to be the Sons of Sigmar. Maybe he's going to have some wagons. I mean, who the hell knows? There's something off about this build. There's like something that I didn't do right. Oh. Well, that's certainly part of it. Yeah, I think it was more like this, actually. Two of those guys. That looks fine. Is that how it went? I don't think so. Got 1,000 Gs after this. Could get some decent infantry. Oh, banning the dwarves? That's pretty funny. Bringing in Air Force here is a little bit dicey. And then we can bring one more of them. All right, let's get this battle started. Oh, you didn't bring Kolek? Dude, Kolek's awesome. Oh, that's what I was missing. Oh, no. I started the battle without that unit that I really wanted to use. Oh, God, why? Anakin, I'm too weak. You guys think it's KFC? KFC is pretty solid. You don't mess with the KFC gods, man. All right, no, I screwed up my build a little bit. It won't matter though. It'll still be a good game. All right, so we got a Hell Cannon. Hell Cannon just chills over here with some Halberd support. Looks good. And we got Marauders with the Spawn Rush. Spawn Rushes are really, really nasty, even against Empire. Because like the front, unless they go full kite, like the front line just gets buckled so freaking hard. So we got Weird Spawn, we have regular Spawn. Normally I get Demon Spew in here. That's what I forgot. So I got some Hounds instead. We got some Throwing Axes to deal with Empire Heavy Cav. 3 and 4 with the Hounds, who obviously can do some Vanguard if we want. I feel like he's going to be suspecting it though, so we're not going to go too crazy on the Vanguard. Ready. Screen blocker is quite disturbing. Is it unblocked? Yeah, no, there's no screen blocker. We're good right now. Okay. All right, he's ready. Cool. Let me go ahead and make sure my mouse doesn't go off into my other screen. All right, Outriders. Let's start shooting some Griffites, huh? Wagons is actually quite disruptive. So we just have to try and hope that we can use our Hell Cannon to get some value. Pull you guys back. We could just let them shoot Marauders. Like, I'm okay with that. The Hell Cannon can certainly kill a lot of these guys. Archeon. Ooh, Archeon's in the wrong group. Alright, so it looks like he's going over here, maybe thinking about doing a little something something. We'll try and creep some Hounds around here. But yeah, like the Hell Cannon trading with the Swords of Chaos is pretty good. As long as it's just baseline Marauders that are kind of getting pounded here. I'm A-okay with this. Get you guys hanging out. Yeah, look at the Griffites. They're losing a lot of models. This is great. He might charge me with the wagons. He's thinking about it. But that's why you bring a Hell Cannon, because if you don't, like, Empire will just mass kite you. He has a Life Wizard and Franz, so let's get at some throwing axes in the Franz right now. It's going to be a lot of damage if he's not careful. Oof, 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 oof. That's a big oof for Franz right there. He might think he's coming back here. Franz taking a ton of damage. He wants to dive in, but I'm like pretty well defended here. Alright, so we'll do a little bit of a charge there, try and get somewhat aggressive, get these halberds kind of screened about. The Griffites are very beat up, but we have spawn here. We can pull these spawn here as well. Archaon's doing his thing. Halberds are going to be here, and they're going to be braced. Okay, that's good. Let's get you, just kind of waiting. Spawn can countercharge. Some horsemen in there as well. Pull you guys back. Get the weird spawn engaged. And now we can go ahead and drop the flaming sword here. Cool. So this should be a good fight for us. We also got a pretty good surround on his front. I think he forgot about his wagons. There's obviously a lot to micro here, so. So I actually played this matchup against Soothsayer the other day. This was one of the few I was able to beat him with. Was with this Empire build, more or less. Yeah, Franz is getting hammered pretty good. We've caught the war wagons, which is great. So just have hounds chase them both down. Pull you state troopers back. And just keep going. Keep going ham. A lot of Empire Knights are trapped here. He might have been able to get rid of the Hell Cannon. I'm not sure. I think we still have enough to crew it. Yeah, it looks like we do. That's not good for him. So keep those doggos kind of peeling about. Pull you guys back. Pull you guys back. The Hell Cannon's back now, so we can start shooting the Outriders. As a matter of fact, we could chase a little bit too. I'm okay with that. Okay, pull you guys back, pull you guys around. We just need to kind of kite a little bit, pull you down and through. Down, down. And now we can just chase these wagons at a better angle. Great. All right, so let's pull the throwing axes back. If Franz wants to come in again, we're going to be waiting for him. Halberds are in position. It's amazing what a freaking single Hell Cannon can accomplish, you know? Throwing axes are really good at keeping away like Empire business like this. So spawn are all pretty healthy too, so we'll just kind of set those guys up. Just keep using our Hell Cannons to blast and chase down the wagons where we can. As a matter of fact, we might be able to catch those guys if we're lucky. Okay, Franz is going to take a lot of damage just flying above these throwing axes. We'll just kind of keep going back and forth. As a matter of fact, we could pull a hard switch. Yeah, we got the dogs there, which is good. Those ones are shattered. Let's hide the dogs in the trees here. See if he forgets about them. The Hell Cannon, we'll just keep blasting, man. Ooh, that was close. Oh, does he have Sigmar Sons? Oh, they're an even better target. So now we can advance. I'm okay with advancing. We've done enough damage that I think we can just probably try and end this. If he wants to go for the Hell Cannon at this point, I don't care. It's used like most of its ammo. And we'll just use the horsemen to keep him at bay here. It's fine. This is fine. Just keep kind of peppering down. Let's actually switch onto his caster. So now the Chaos Army will go. We do have Kindle Flame. Yeah, we have it. Yeah. Kindle Flame's really good. Hell Cannon's still going. Hounds, let's go. So the spawn are just going to be so nasty. We have Burning Heads too if we want. Let's attack the wagons. Looks like these hounds have come back. Attack these Outriders. Great, so now the spawn can engage. Let's go ahead and get you guys going here. You guys going here, and you guys can go pile in over there. Archaon can use Flaming Sword again. And he might go for a duel with Archaon, which would be pretty ballsy. Especially since we have help nearby. Alright, hounds are collapsing in the back. Hounds, hounds. Even though it's good, the front line of the Empire is buckling. We could do a Burning Head, but there's not really any good targets, to be honest. I mean, I guess kind of like that's okay. Might as well before we do our thing. And Franz is going to get taken out by the Everchosen. Down he goes. Archie able to do the work. And the back line's in shambles. Hell Cannon used all of its ammo. And that is that. Yeah, man. That was a game. GG. Yeah, so this is a chaos build I've been using against Empire, and like I don't know if I've lost with it in like my past 6 games. It's really strong. The spawner, like, they wreck Empire heavy cav and also their infantry. But if they bring like a single cannon sometimes, that can actually counter it because they kill my Hell Cannon super quick. But yeah, GG. War Wagons aren't bad against Empire or Chaos, actually. War Wagons are pretty commonly picked because they're easier to defend against like Hounds and range pressure, and people do bring War Wagons against Chaos. Yeah. They do. Just like the end times, yeah. Oof, my poor boy. GG, man. Gotta rest the hands now. All right, guys. That is it. Outer Region is the winner of today's King of the Hill. That last game was just for fun, of course. And yeah. That's it. What graphic settings do you play on? Let me show you guys real quick. All right, so go here. Options, graphics, advanced. You can see all my graphics here. So it's pretty, I play on pretty high graphics, but you can, if you guys want, at this point, you can take a screenshot of my graphic settings and you'll be able to see how it looks. Yeah. There you have it. All right, guys, that is it for today's stream. Congratulations to Outer Region on the victory with a very, very solid performance and a very good run. And now, my friends, I just want to thank all the mods for helping out as always. You guys, thanks for dropping Discord links, all that sort of good stuff. And again, thank you so much to all of you guys for donations. You guys just went freaking ham on donations today. We had Alex Campbell, Abba and Preach going just super hard with a 10 and I think $100 donation, just crazy. Abba and Preach, if you guys haven't seen the YouTube channel, check them out. I'll drop a link in the comment section afterwards too. William Lang, Mark Rover, Sassol, Colonel Colm Corbeck, thank you so much. Griffin Klauser, Kira with the 20. Griffin again, Alex Moss, Mr. Martellus, Carolus Martellus, Ruben Bunskoke, Ryan Norcross, Griffin again, multiple donations. Griffin, thank you so much. It's not my birthday, but I do appreciate it. Lou, thank you for the tenor. Shivering Death, James Pack, Boojalicious, Sashimi Nissan, Lich 109, Nate Garrett, Vathrandir Alden, thank you so much for the $50 donation for my early birthday present, apparently. Thank you so much. Hey, you actually got it right. It's early. It's not my birthday yet. Jeremy Malone, thank you for the 20. And then again, Abba and Preach, thank you for the big donation in the beginning. I really do appreciate it, guys. All right. That's it. I failed. The end time is here, says June Huang. Oh, you must be out of region. Well played, man. Well played. Fat sacks indeed. I'm going to go hang out with my smoking hot wife and enjoy life. So until then, tomorrow we're going to have the Eternal Challenger League. The stream will probably be in the afternoon. So between noon and 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Depends on when the players get to the top 4. But thank you guys so much for your support. Hopefully you enjoyed this King of the Hill stream and also the glorious finale as well. Quite a bit of fun. And that is it for now. So we'll see you guys back with more King of the Hill, 2v2s, ECL tomorrow, and some Magic streams. Maybe on Sunday. We'll see. Maybe a Magic the Gathering stream. All right, guys. And that is it. Thank you so much for joining. We'll catch you guys on the other side. Take care.